Pound the like.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left, beat left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick DelGozzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio. We are brought to you, like we're brought to you every Sunday, by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Nick DelGozzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic, the family out there, join us. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. There's a ton to talk about. We'll do Crumb of the Week later on the show. Have a little bit of a Phillies conversation. I mean, too early to get too deep, but hey, for a Phillies fan, for a Cardinals fan like Sweeps, there's moves being made. There's things happening, things that make you feel a little bit better. For the Phillies, JT, Didi back. Like, we've been begging for them two back. We got them. Now there's more things to do, but it's a good start to an offense that hit the ball well last year, all right, in a small sample size, but hit the ball well in a shortened season. And you wonder if they can get just enough outs, find enough outs. So we'll talk a little Phillies. Latest news, Malcolm Jenkins obviously came out and had a lot to say about Carson Wentz. People on YouTube don't like me right now because I just try to keep it 100 with people. Like, you know, you call the guy a friend and then you hit him while he's down, right? If you're such a great friend and a leader, you take guy closed doors. You say, you know what? Nobody's holding you accountable, so I will. All right, that's what great friends and leaders do. Just news for the people. But we'll talk Malcolm. We'll talk the new Eagles hires, and we'll talk obviously the blockbuster trade that happened in the NFL last night, with his Matthew Stafford going to the Rams in exchange for Jared Goff, 2 firsts and a third. So we'll dissect that deal a little bit. Not much to dissect. I mean, the Rams are legit and a big time favorite next year, and we're not even there yet. We didn't even do free agency or the draft, and they're already a big time favorite. Flyers, Islanders pregame. Listen, good win for the Flyers last night. Ugly win, but you'll take them how you can get them. I got outskated the entire third period. I don't care what anybody says. And we'll talk about, V's decision to not play TK last night. And do you guys like the accountability of it? Or do you think it's like, whoa? So we'll talk a little bit about that. Pre-game Flyers, Islanders. Can they get another one? We'll discuss. Sixers, Pacers, pregame. A lot of Philly stuff. Feels good today. We don't have football on, but we do have the Flyers and Sixers to look forward to. So Sixers, Pacers pregame. Sixers on the road, trying to go to 500 on the road. We never thought we would say that. We look back at last year. We never even knew we would smell 500 on the road. So we'll talk a little of that. Our main topic at hand and our poll question will be a combo of Sixers and Flyers. And our poll question is brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. Use promo code A2D for 20% off. That's bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D for 20% off. Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies. Use promo code A2D, 20% off. I take a little bit of the clarity and focus. I love it. I can't. It's my second bottle of it, and I'm planning on going for a third and a fourth and a fifth. So use the promo code 20% off A2D, or use promo code A2D, 20% off at checkout. Okay, and then Riley Cote will be joining the boys on the Hockey Happy Hour one Thursday a month and giving away a Riley Cote signed jersey, other things like that. And on that night, it'll be 40% off. So, When in Rome, whenever you want. You want to do the 40-piece? Time's yours. You want to sit on the 20? Still a discount. We're givers. We love to do it. Ask anybody's lady. We love we can. Our poll question: the Sixers and Flyers will sweep their games on Sunday night. You agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where you can catch us live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, download, join the conversation. Write a great review if you got time. Listen, just pound that like. Screw with the algorithm on whatever platform you're on, and pound that like button and join the conversation. And let's talk about it. You know, I disagree because the way the Flyers looked last night, they don't look like a team that's going to beat them back to back, right? And that's why I disagree. I think the Sixers go win tonight. They should. Indiana always plays this tough, but I don't care. I don't care. It's not like you're on back to back or anything. And Joel talked about these are games you got to win. And in a shortened season, even though 10 games, you don't want to give games away that you should win. Even though Indiana's tough, I get it. We should go down there, and we should leave with a W any way we can get it. On the Flyers side, though, and it's a lot of the NHL, unorganized, sloppiness. I think you guys see it all around the league. It's not just here in Philly, but listen, it's hard to beat good teams 2 times in a row, period. Better get back-to-back, and then on a night where you were out-skated all night outside of the first period. So, to me, I'm going to say disagree just because of the Flyer side. Even though they're getting by. Like, my dad's like, do you think they're good? And I said, dude, they're 6-2-1. Like, they are what their record is. They haven't looked that great at times.
Right.
But neither has the whole league. So, you get your wins where you can get them. And being 6-2-1, I'm good where the Flyers at. And a young team. So, if they cough one up tonight, so be it. I would love for them to go out and beat the Islanders, a team that, Doug Zeke doesn't want to hear it, but a team that sort of owned us over the last 2 years. They've outskated us. They beat us to lose pucks. I mean, everything. So, people don't want to hear that. When you get too fired up, people get upset when you keep it 100. But a team that's had our number a little bit. So would it be huge for the Flyers moving forward the rest of this year? Absolutely. I think they cough one up tonight. But I do think the Sixers get one done. So I'll disagree on the Flyer side. Family, what do you guys say out there? Do you got a clean sweep tonight? Do you have an 0-2-er? Don't do 0-2-er. All right? We're trying to look forward to games tonight. Don't 0-2 me. Don't 0. No, it's unacceptable. 0-2 is unacceptable. These are two good, let's say, programs per se, in the Flyers and Sixers. I got no time for 0-2. You want to give me a 1-on-1 piece tonight? Fine. And if I had my preference on the 1-on-1, I want the Sixers winning, and I can deal with a Flyers loss. And that's not anything that I don't love the Flyers. I just understand it more. You know what I mean? You're on a back-to-back against
a true back-to-back.
Yeah. There.
Sixers are 14-6. They can afford a loss.
They can,
but I hear you.
They can, but Brooklyn's right there, baby. They're right on our heels in the East. I know. I don't think they're
Brooklyn. Dude.
I'm not worried about them, but like Joe said,
they let up 130 a game. Are you kidding me? There's no way they're going to sustain. I don't want to cut you off, but there's no way. 130 a game.
I don't think
they've been scoring 140. I understand that, but
yeah, usually have the games played. I mean, you're right. You're scoring more than your opponent, but yes, you're right.
I mean, listen, they're loaded. You still want to take care of games that you should win. You know what I mean? And I know the NBA, you cough up games.
Well, this is a tough game tonight, Tim. I think you're overshadowing how tough the game this is. And Indiana is a tough game.
No, I'm not. Because if you guys want to live in the past and be scared money all day,
I mean, who's scared money? I'm just saying.
Everyone's telling me about Indiana. I don't care about teams' records in the past or they played it tough in the past. This is a new era. I'm getting rid of all the old shit. Playing bad in Orlando.
That's talking about the past. I'm just saying that they're a good team. They are a good team. They're over 500 for sure.
I don't think I undervalued them when I said they're a tough team.
Oh, they're good.
I said they're a tough team when I started off. I'm just saying that.
Well, are we a dog tonight?
I don't know.
2.5 point favorite.
Okay.
What I'm saying is last year, it's a game I'm scared of, right? Because it's a team we played not down to, but a team that sort of had our number 2 in a way, okay? Like Orlando did in Orlando and other teams. With the new Sixers regime and everything new, I'm at the point now where like I should go down there and I should kick your ass. And if I beat you by 1, that's fine. But I should be walking out of there with a win tonight. And that's how I got to look at when you're playing teams that aren't at your level. I mean, let's be real. We have the most dominant big man in basketball right now, and he can't be stopped. So I trust his coaching staff to get him involved, and he goes to the line 1,000,000 times a game. And I would like to, they listen. I'm not saying Indiana can't win, but I'm not.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
I'm not living in the past where like I'm worried about Indiana. No, we should go down there and take care of them tonight. If we're on a back-to-back or etc., fine. I understand it's tough to win games in this league. I totally am right there with it. But tonight's the night where I'm better, and I got to go show that. And it's that simple to me. Like last year, years before, we played down when we went down there, and I didn't play down. They just they play good defense. They're tough as nails. They've always been well coached, even though it's a different coach in there. All right, and they got tough players, but they're not as talented as us. And it doesn't mean you don't cough games up. But who down there is going off for 35 tonight? And because if somebody does, then we didn't play a lick of defense.
T.J. Warren ain't playing.
That's my point. Like nobody down there should be going off again.
Bubble Jordan.
Like we should hold them to under 100 or right around the 100. You know what I mean? Like that's where they should be. So that's all I'm saying. Like last year,
their two best players will be against our two best players, which is a good thing for us. I mean, I assume that Ben's going to cover Brogdon and Joe's going to cover Sabonis, right? So, I mean, that's a good thing for us.
Yeah, those are the only two guys that would be able to go off for 30 currently.
This is one of those tough games, though, Tommy, where it's like we've been on the road already, right? We played in Minnesota already, and you're on it's an extended road trip. I don't know. Usually it matters more probably with fans, I would say, but I don't know. I'm nervous about tonight a little bit. I just don't know if they're going to show up. Sometimes teams just don't show up on the road. It's the NBA. It's the regular season of the NBA.
That's the way I look at it. I mean, everything you said was spot on. I mean,
I agree with you.
That's how I agree with you. I mean, that's how we, view sports, and maybe it matters more to us, than players. Not this game, just every game. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's the way I practice. That's the way I played. You know what I mean? So I don't know any other way. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you're always going to come out, winning. Doesn't mean you're always going to come out, going 4 for 4. Doesn't mean you're going to play awesome, but at least at least it mattered to you, and I'm not saying it doesn't matter to them, but we've seen the NBA for a long time, and we just know how it is, so, I look at it like, yeah, it's a tough game. Doesn't mean we can't win or we shouldn't win or, we shouldn't go in there and dominate, but you know what I mean? And, like you said, I'm not really judging it off the pass. I'm just looking at it like, hey, it's on the road. You know what I mean? Listen, we're looking, we're playing well and we look like a different animal. So, we'll see. We're 20 games in and, I would love a statement win tonight, really. You know what I mean? To your point, let's, go in there and flex your chest, flex your muscles and stick your chest out. You know what I mean? So, let's see if we can get that done.
If you want to be the best team in the Eastern Conference and you have hopes of coming out of the East, this is a game you go win. And that's not me underplaying it. You know what I mean, guys? That's not me saying, like, I know the league, I know the NBA, but, the beast of conferences, right? And, who they usually are over the years, right? They go win a game like this tonight. You know what I mean? They just do. And they play 500 on the road, right? Like we talk about that. Well, we've talked about that for years, me and you, right? Of like, hey, play 500 on the road, take care of business at home, right?
Dominant at home, yeah.
And that's what makes good teams. And why the Sixers have been so not good enough over years past is because they've been the opposite. Not the opposite of that. They played extremely well at home, but they've been atrocious on the road. So that's why this game even means more to me. Is, hey, get the 500 on the road. And now you're really starting to separate yourself. And now, like, because we all are going to have disbelief at times, right? Like, me included. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm all Sixered up. We all are. But, like, there's going to be some disbelief because we've been burned in the past, right? So, like, that's why this is such another one of them games to me. Is like, show me you're different. Keep showing me that it's a different culture and a different group of guys, even though we all know this. Keep showing me that's a different Joel Embiid from years past in terms of the want to dominate night in, night out, right? That's the difference, right? It's not talent. It's the want to dominate night in, night out and impose your will on with mouse in the houses, right? Impose your will when a mouse is in the house, and that's that. And that goes to great coaching too of saying, we're struggling in the first. We struggled in the first 5 minutes of that game, and they started getting the ball. Right, they started getting the ball more and more, even though he was struggling, just to try to get him going. And that's where I look at where I want the difference to be is like, go take care of tonight. If you lose, you lose. Not the end of the season, but like, and I'm not down on you if you lose tonight either. But like, just keep proving us because there's haters all out there. to keep proving to all of us that you're the team that you look to be right now, which is exciting. We need excitement here. You know what I mean? Philly's DD, that's cute, right? We probably still can't get it out, but we need excitement. We need excitement, and this is an exciting group right now. So I just wanted to continue. So I'm trying to talk down a little bit to Indiana because I'm trying to act like, us going down there with Brett and feeling like we never brought the fight to them ever, because they're a feisty group for years that we never brought the fight to them. Let's change it up a little bit.
I mean, obviously 20 games in, but like if you took your Sixers hat off, not you, and all, it's a question to all of us, to everybody. When are you ready to say that they're the best team in the East? I know there's a lot of basketball left. I'm just saying, the dominance of the big man, MVP candidate, the other pieces, the coaching changes, the resiliency, like the other night against the Lakers, that's huge. You blow, like you said, it's a Wednesday game. It wouldn't have mattered obviously it would have mattered if we got blown out. We wanted to win it, of course, but you blow a 14-point lead down the stretch,
under 3 minutes.
Yeah. Find the mismatch. And then, Toby, who, we've killed in the past, and I raised my hand. I ain't running from it. People want to say like, whatever, he wasn't good enough, So now, he looks comfortable. He looks, he's with the guy that, that he played the best under when he was a Clipper. And, that was just, that was a huge win, early in the season, just considering the circumstances, and how bad of a loss it would have been, even though it was only 18, 19 games in,
No, yeah, that's an important way, because you could have let that slip away. You could have let that slip away, and knock it out with a win, and then it looks really bad. And the fact that you didn't let it slip away, you had a game winner, and then to come back 2 nights later on the road against a bad Minnesota team, where teams are known to throw clunkers around, because you just had a big win, shows me even more that you're growing up. Like you're big time players, which is Joel Embiid, Ben, whatever. You're growing up. And we're watching these guys grow and learn how to win night in, night out in this league. And that doesn't mean you're not going to cough up games. You know what I mean? But you win the games you're supposed to. Don't that Lakers win means shit. You come back against Minnesota and you lose. You know what I mean? It takes everything away from it. Now you look at that Lakers win, and you're like, okay, like we've done this before. We've been down this road before, where we beat the Lakers and come back the next time out and lay an egg. Them days I want to be done with. Here's another way, like Will said, at the end of a road trip, right, Wills? A lot of NBA teams pack it in. It's a little pack-in talk. We're almost home, right? I don't want to see a pack-in tonight. That's why I'm trying to talk it into existence. No goddamn pack-in tonight. Back to the poll. So, I know we got a little sixered up there. We go sixered up.
It's going to happen.
I'm a disagree. I actually agree with you, Tom. I think the Sixers, to me, I'm just going to disagree because I feel like both could lose tonight. Both could win, and I'd love them both to win, but they both could lose. And like you said, the Flyers were thoroughly outplayed for 2/3 of that game last night, had basically no business winning the game. So that makes me think that they're going to lose tonight. But I don't know. I think Elliott might get to start tonight, right? What do you think?
Elliott's starting and TK.
Okay, yeah. I figured so. Maybe Elliott comes in, throws a gem out there, because I would assume that we're going to get outskated tonight, because they're probably pissed as fuck they lost last night. So the Flyers are probably going to lose, but they could win, and the Sixers are probably going to win, but they could lose. So I'll just say disagree.
Wow, used to be a pom-pom guy.
I'm trying to be real. You just want me to be real? I can get pom-pommed up if you want, but to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about the 21st game of the NBA season. I don't fucking care. I don't care. All right. I hope no one gets hurt. I hope they play hard and have a chance to win. That's all I care about on the road and the end of a road trip.
What is that?
Keep it tight and have a chance to win.
What does that even mean? What is that?
That means I want them to play hard and have a chance to win. Don't get blown out.
Man, you packing slices for him too? I mean, I don't understand. Like packing hard.
I don't care about the 21st game of the NBA season.
Are you just cutting across?
We're 14-6. We're 14-6. I don't fucking care if we lose tonight. You seem like you're going to be really upset if we lose tonight. I don't care.
What do you mean upset, Wells? I live and die, babe. I mean, I don't know upset.
You seem a little upset.
Well, I mean, I like my teams in this city, and I want them to win.
I feel like you might have a Kleenex by the bed. Maybe go to bed early.
There's no Kleenex. It sounds like you're just setting yourself up for a loss. You're like,
I think they might win. I think the Sixers are going to win, but I think the Flyers are going to lose.
Lunch is packed.
But they could lose.
Go out and play your best tonight. go out and play your best, guys. That's all we can do.
That's fine. I told you, I'm not going to kill anybody and complain about the 21st game of the NBA season because I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I'm just in the business of exposing it if possible. So, I mean, you want to come out and lay an egg tonight, then you're going to hear from me. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking forward to you. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to you. So you come out and lay an egg or disappoint, then you're going to hear from me, not like jumping off the wall to hear from me.
No, I don't want them to lay an egg and disappoint. That's why I'm saying. If it's a close game and they lose, whatever. Shit happens. Don't lay an egg.
By the way, I love orange slices. I mean, I'm just,
I'll take an orange slice right now.
It's citrus season down here.
Orange slice and Capri Suns. Fucking sign me up.
You make that mouthpiece, the mouthpiece look. Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
That's old school, Sweeps. That's old school.
Just good. Brian Daly came in and said disagree, and he wants to take jabs at the Fly guys. I see you, Brian. I'm going to change my poll to agree. We are sweeping tonight because I want to hear how we're not good enough. We weren't better than them. We won, though. I mean, I said the same thing, Brian. They got outskated all night, but they still won. So it's better as the Islanders played last night and outskated you and all the other things. Shots on net the whole nine. Flyers still won. That's even more proof that you're a pretty good team. If you can get out not playing your best hockey and still win games.
Yep.
No, thoroughly outplayed and still win. Yeah.
I don't know what happens in Anaheim. I can't speak for your Ducks. I can speak for the rest of the
quack, Mr. Ducksworth.
No one knows what happens in Anaheim anymore.
No one fucking cares about the Anaheim Ducks. Seriously. No offense, Dales. Love you, Dales. No one cares about the Anaheim Ducks. Team that was made up because of a fucking movie. Nobody cares. Great movie.
Greg, what do you say about the poll?
I agree. I agree to the poll. I think they're going to sweep. I agree that this is going to be a tough game for the Sixers.
No, now we're fucked.
Pretty much. Indiana always plays this tough. But Tommy, as you alluded to, this is a different regime, different team. I think Joel's on a mission. And as good as Sabonis is, I think Joel's on a mission to prove that it doesn't matter who it is, he's going to get his. They're not on a back-to-back. Sure, they're at the end of a road trip, but they have, they've been off a couple nights. So, they should be rested. They should be ready to go. Flyers, I think they're going to come out with a little bit of jump. I think they understand and realize that they got outplayed last night, right? I think Vigneault lit a light or lit TK's ass up by sitting him down. Because you're right, Tom. Why would you sit TK down, even if he's playing bad? Why TK, right? To your point, but I think he's going to I think he lit his ass a little bit last night, saying, "Hey, go sit in the press box. Watch everybody else grind, get a victory. Now you come in tonight and you light it up."
Hey, you know what?
Whether he puts the puck in the net or just plays the game he's supposed to play is irrelevant, right? One of those has to happen. And
I like the move. I like it.
It's a breath of fresh air. It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, hey, you're not playing two sides. You're not playing both ways. So guess what? We've had a couple talks about it. You didn't want to hear me, and you're lighting lamps, and offensively, you're great. We know this, right? And you're an up-and-coming player. But guess what? You're not playing both sides of the ice for me. I tried a couple times. You know what? That's what's great about hockey, right? That's what's great about it. I don't like. You were talking about 7 games in. Hold guys accountable for a minute. This isn't baseball.
My point was shocking that hockey players are probably tougher than anybody else in sports because if that happens on the Eagles, then it's a big. You got to call Les Bowen. You got to hold a press conference. You want
the NBA? The guy would have requested a fucking trade.
You got to have your agent put out. I can't be sad. I mean, it's diva eggshells. You know, I mean, in hockey, it's like, hey, have a seat, man. Hey, go have a Molson Light and have a fucking seat.
Yeah. NBA guy would have requested a trade.
Got to watch the calories. A Molson Light. Good news tomorrow night. So just take the light tonight. All right. So true.
God knows that Canadian beer's like moonshine.
It's the only sport. It's really the only sport, Greg, that you can do that to somebody and people I know people on Twitter weren't happy about it last night. I'm like, my God,
Flyers Twitter is never happy about anything. Flyers Twitter is never happy about anything.
And you won.
You have to rule with an iron fist, though. I love the move out of Vigil. You don't want to listen to me, then I'm going to make sure you listen. You sit your ass in the fucking press box. I love that move. But we always say, Greg, sometimes you got to shoot a hostage. I love it. I love that move. I love it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's needed sometimes, right? And then you add on the fact that Elliott's probably getting the start. Not that Carter, was bad, because obviously they're outplayed and you only let up 2 goals, and he was there last night, right? So, but you get Elliott back in. He played well a couple weeks, last week. Get Elliott back in the net. He's going to push the buttons. I think they win. I think we do sweep tonight.
Okay, Greg.
You're going
fired up.
The Ming is spoken. Put him in the bathroom.
I don't want him looking at him while he's throwing my die. Get him in the bathroom.
I will say this. We're going to find out how well V knows his guys, right? Because a lot of this holding guys accountable is knowing how a guy's going to handle it, right?
Yep.
You think you're going to lose a guy by doing it? You don't pull that move. Now, if you think you get the best out of a guy, then hey, got a couple seats for you. Now, I'm curious, and I know we all are. I'm going to be heavy focused on TK tonight because I want to see his response to it too, because that shows me what kind of player you're going to be moving forward, right? If you handle this like a man tonight and you come out like a man possessed on both sides of the rink, then guess what? Then it's a win-win. Now, as long as it doesn't take him and do this to him, then V pushed all the right buttons.
Yeah,
and I would assume he knows his guys better than anybody else does. So
that's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing in coaching, Tommy. You know it. Sweeps, you know it. The biggest thing in coaching is you have to know which guys that you can punch in the face because they need it, and which guys you got to handle with care. Guys are a little fragile. Got to handle with care. Got to get the gloves on with this guy. You got to know it. You got to know.
This is video talk. This is all 22 ice version. I'll be watching TK all night tonight.
It's like when they used to have that light up puck. You're just going to light up TK, just follow him around the ice. Worst fucking idea they ever had, by the way, to light up puck. Awful.
You could see it worse.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And like when it would go over 80 miles an hour, it would change colors. Get this the fuck off the ice, dude.
John, I think they put Coots on the actual IR this week, so I think he's still a couple weeks out.
Marquise, first Sixers, had accountability issues, now Eagles. Yeah, well. So they say. So some say. I mean, yeah, Steve, I agree. Having shooters this year versus the Pacers will be big. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's been our Achilles heel
with 14-6
with Joe and Ben. That's why we, for years, when we couldn't space the floor, we had trouble.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Even if one guy's a decoy, like we know he can have a night where he throws 9 in the ocean, and then the other, then the next night he goes 1 for 8. But being out there with the possibility of knocking down a shot,
Danny Green, yeah.
Yes. Being out there, like just standing and on the perimeter with the ability to possibly, if he has a rosary in his pocket, it'll go in. Like that makes people defend different. So it is what it is. I agree.
Tim, I assume you're talking about Viginal and TK. To me, it's just about knowing your guys. There's guys that you can do that to because you know that they're going to respond to it. That's all it's about. I don't think it matters if they've been there long or not. And TK's been here a little while. It's not like he's brand new.
Yeah. Go ahead, Greg.
No, just the sport's also there too. I mean, those guys are used to being in and out of lineups all the way throughout
their life.
The life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't play well, you get sat down. That's how it is.
Yeah, hockey players never had issues with that. I think Embiid's playing. I haven't heard anything that he's
probably
not.
Found a puck slot to get him over it. He'll be fine.
Yep. He went into his DMs. He's all right.
He'll be fine. Starting to snow pretty good, by the way.
Chick-fil-A's closed. He's good. He's ready. He's good. The big fella will dominate tonight.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if he wasn't going to play, he wasn't going to play against Minnesota where there was 27 mouses in the house. You know what I mean? That's a game where they weren't going to play him then. Where there's no big man playing. It was Ed Davis and the other guy was 6'7". You know what I mean?
Ed Davis.
So,
he's been hanging around forever.
Think about who he went up against last night. Or the other night. That matters too. I mean, if he wasn't going to play, I mean, that's a night where he probably doesn't play, if you ask me.
Right.
Yeah,
Especially after the fall he
after
took.
My bad, bro. Sorry.
No, I was saying, especially the fall he took when LeBron pushed him like a scumbag.
It wasn't that bad. He fell terribly. He's still awful at falling. Like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, he didn't go to wrestling. He didn't go to wrestling school yet.
Fucking land better, dude. Somehow he's like, can I land directly on my tailbone with this? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
But he had a great game.
He doesn't land well. He doesn't land.
His landing is awful. But at least he's off. He's not on the floor as much as he used to be. He used to kill me just constantly on the floor. Like, dude, get off the floor. You're 7-1. Stop going down.
That's a long way down. That's a long way down.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
The winner of Sixers 2.5-point favorites tonight.
Yep.
Who you guys taking in that with that line?
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think they're going to win. So give me the Sixers.
I'm going Sixers. I'm going Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been taking them. They've been winning, so I'll stay on that train. They've been covering. They've been doing a good job helping out. No notes Vegas. They've been winning. They've been helping. Flyers. I don't on the Flyers though. I can't touch them tonight. I want to. I just like throwing money on my own teams, but I just can't touch them tonight. It's just hard. That's a hard one for me. Sixers I have a little bit more faith in, but I can see the Flyers winning too. I mean, you are good. Elliott's played well, so he hasn't played bad. Maybe TK's got a little burst. Maybe just winning games is important. We always talk about that. Winning games is important in any sport, no matter how you get in there. So
don't get doors tonight. Show up.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, show up tonight.
Yeah, they come out tonight. Honestly, it's going to tell us a little bit about the Flyers too. You know what I mean? We're going to find out a little bit about the Flyers a little more too. I mean, every night you find a little bit more out about your team. That's why I say that. And especially as an NBA and NHL season continue, that's what I was saying to you, Will. It's like, no, it's not the end of the world that you lose a game, but continue to separate yourself because you don't know what the rest of your schedule even looks like right now. You know what I mean? Like, we have no idea. This is the only part of the schedule that's out. Then they got to redo it and put another one out. So you don't even know what your air quote second half of your schedule looks like. You know what I mean? You have no idea. So what you got on here in Indiana. Go beat them. And that's how I look at it. It's not like you have a whole schedule planned out that like, okay, well.
Bunch of Eastern Conference games, I would assume.
I would assume too. So go take care of these Eastern Conference teams that you should beat. If it was the Nets tonight and they lost, I'm not throwing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's he saying? John says, I'm 6'7", and damn, Embiid would get to the line an awful lot if I was guarding him. I would foul out in 2 minutes and probably already been winded. Yeah. He played from the Timberwolves. They looked a little winded. Yeah, here's Crumb loving the shirt. The shirt.
We weren't going to give the fact that he adjusted his camera 3 or 4 times to make sure we all saw the Cardinals banner in the middle of the shirt. I mean, we were just going to let it go until the ginger jumped in.
I'm sitting back. I mean, if I wanted to be that guy, I would have just put the camera down a little bit. I'm sitting back here. I got the Sixers logo going here.
If you were that guy, you probably wouldn't know
there's just nowhere to go anymore. So I might as well put on. Santa Claus came to town and got a nice thing from FanDuel here. So figure I'd put it on. What a better time to put it on.
Good old FanDuel.
Today, you think Carey can be our closer? I mean, Embiid's our closer. I mean, that's not even a conversation.
Yeah.
I
mean, if he's got an open look, he needs to shoot it. Obviously, every time he has an open look in the game, we want Curry shooting. But our closer is Joel. On the block.
But it's going to show also, just like the Lakers game, that was a 2-man game with Seth and Toby, right? You know what I mean? So each game is going to be something different. But you're absolutely right. Down the stretch, it's going to be in Joel's hands to make the plays, whether he takes it or he dishes it out. And to both of those, your guys' points, if he's open, he's got to make that shot if it's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
goes for that.
Listen, you find the mismatch. That was a great, absolutely. I haven't discussed it because I haven't been on, but the finding the mismatch of Toby on Alex Caruso at the end of the game was fucking monstrous. It was great job coaching, something that we haven't seen done here in the years because Brett was never good with the X and O game and drawing up a final play. I felt like we were always in a scramble. We were always in a scramble at the end. We finally got a good play drawn up. Find a mismatch, get it to Tobias, go to work. I loved it. I loved every second of it.
Yeah, like anything else, you put the pressure on the defense. You make them make a mistake. I mean, LeBron switched. Thank you. Right?
Appreciate it.
and knowing what they're going to do. Like, you know what I mean? In that situation, knowing that they're like us last year, they switch on everything.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes, like I would say at the end of the game, I'm LeBron. I got the bias on the switch. Like, that would be common sense. But,
he don't want to play defense.
No.
I
LeBron.
mean, I don't know how true that is, Greg.
Greg's on it.
It's been in the finals like 11 of the last 12 years. He don't play no D, though. Come on, Greg.
Doesn't play the best guy.
Come on, Greg.
Guy's reaching. Yeah.
Just fucking stop, Greg. All right?
All right, well, while we're
Listen, if you're giving out cigars in the LeBron hate club, I'm taking like 20 of them. But I mean,
Guys, I think he's going to make it.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
I never said he wasn't good. I just hate him.
No,
I hate him. I hate him.
listen,
and we'll pick any. Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I know you're on the hate LeBron. We got it. Like now he doesn't play defense. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's now we're lifting up rocks. Like, oh, guy hates playing D. Like 38. 38. I mean, I'm not playing D. 38. Period. Even if I was in shape, like you're, and if won what he's won. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm good. Like, we can switch, Alex. Younger legs. But no, as most of you guys know and have heard, and people that listen, you guys knew what happened down on the Ocean City Boardwalk yesterday. 7 or 8 businesses were hit by a 4-alarm fire. A good friend of ours, John Coyle, at All Campus down there. We got him in the back end, and he's going to just give us a little walkthrough on what transpired in his store. And we have a link that I just got to pull up here. But we have a link to a GoFundMe if anybody can help out, and if you can't help out money wise, and you can go on Twitter and retweet what was put out yesterday. That's enough right there. But we'll bring John in here. Pull him in. Oh, here we go. Yo, brother.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, John?
Hey.
What's up, John?
Johnny, how are you?
Hey, sorry about the picture and the lighting and everything. It's a little messier. I'm at the store right now.
Yeah. I mean, you don't got to worry about lighting. You look better lighting than well. So,
just want to give you guys a quick update. First of all, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Big tragedy here. We all know what happened. We don't know if it's an electrical fire or anything yet. We will not find out until the investigators come through on Wednesday. But there's 7 stores that are completely rubbish. The big one is Castaway Cove with all the amusement parks and the arcade is completely burnt to the ground. And I'm going to give you guys just a quick peek right here. I'm not very good with the camera, so hopefully you guys can see it.
Oh, God.
Just awful.
So that's everything that completely is gone. Everything is completely gone. Thank God my store is okay fire-wise. We took on a lot of water damage and a lot of smoke damage. All of our inventory is toast. But we will be back. And this GoFundMe account is definitely going to be a godsend to me and my family and get us back up and going. And we really appreciate it, guys.
yeah, brother. Anything we can do to try to help, and it's just like small businesses haven't been through enough this year. This is the family place in the summertime in South Jersey here. This is where all the people come to get away from work, to get away from the reality of life.
and this is a big hit. This is going to be a big hit to the community here in Ocean City.
No, it is. It is. And we're everybody down there, and all 7, 8 businesses and every other business on that boardwalk, relies on spring and summertime to make their money for the year. And just listen, another huge hiccup in within 2020 and 2021, and the power of people is big, and a lot of great people out there. And if you can help out in any way, we'll drop the link in here, and and for anybody who can. We know it's been tough for a lot of people financially, so we're not forcing anybody to do anything, but it's there. If you can help and you do have a couple bucks, I mean, if you just think 2,000 people donate $50, it starts helping get things back on track. And you look at it like that. So it doesn't need to be one big donation. If you can afford $5 goes a long way, guys. So anything you can do to help out John and the 7 or 8 other businesses that you see down there, that just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good guys. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, we did the ESPN show up here for the Eagles pre-games last year, and the hamburger company that's down here, they were giving us free food, free drinks during the show and everything, and he lost everything. Lost everything. And most of these people up here, we don't have insurance for our stuff. We have a short window to make money up here on the boardwalk, and spending that extra $2,500, $3,000 in insurance is something people usually skimp on. And everyone's going to be hurting up here because of this fire.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Send in prayers. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you guys again, and love A2D, and back you guys 100%. And we really appreciate you guys going above and beyond to help us out down here.
We're here for you, brother. I know.
Hey, Johnny, with you and everybody there, and like I said, hang in there and best you can, brother.
We will we'll give you guys updates, and we'll be posting some more videos and stuff and let you know. Once this cleanup crew gets done and the investigation gets done, we'll definitely give some more updates as we get known.
Yeah, and we're here, and I just dropped the GoFundMe in our Facebook chat, so anybody that sees that can donate anything, goes a long way. So, John, listen, we send our prayers, and we're here for you guys, and we'll continue to help spread the word and anything we can do to help you guys out. So that.
Appreciate it, guys. You guys take care, and thanks a lot, and be safe, all right?
Take care, John.
Absolutely,
Thanks, John.
Take care.
Bud.
See you, buddy.
All right, later, guys.
So, fam, that's John Coyle, all campus, OC.com, an advertiser with A2D, and even an online store is hurt by it too, because all the inventory's in the store. He mails out everything himself, so just terrible. Like I said, the small business haven't been through enough, and the 7 or 8 businesses that their whole year is gone. All the time where they can make their money has been taken away from them, and it's just terrible. It's a terrible situation, and I know people out there, on Twitter like to speculate. Right? Everybody's a speculator. Okay, like this. There's whatever the reason, or if it was somebody that started something on purpose down there, or if it was an accident, does it really matter right now? Like that's what investigators are for, and people that do their jobs, right? But what matters is people's businesses were taken away from them. That's what matters. So, listen, we're here and we're sending our prayers.
And even in John's case, he lucked out that his building is intact, but as he said, all the inventory is gone. So what good's the building if you don't have the inventory?
Yeah, $200,000 worth of inventory all ready for the summertime. Crazy.
Sucks.
Crazy. So, listen, like I said, fam, you can go on to my personal Twitter if anybody's got Twitter out there and give a retweet. And like I said, I take a lot of jabs at Barstool and their content and some of the things they do, but I'll never take a jab at what they've done for small businesses ever. And when this is bigger than my personal little agenda, right? I mean, this is bigger than that. So I went and tweeted at Portnoy yesterday, just looking for a retweet. Not looking for any money from him. We weren't looking for financial things from him. He's doing enough of that. You know what I mean? Just a retweet. Yeah. If any of you guys can help out, just going and retweeting that. And that's all we ask for. So we appreciate it, guys, and you guys taking a couple minutes there to hear John and you know, send your prayers. So where were we? Sixers, Flyers. LeBron hate, yeah. I mean, got 38 years old. You crushing him over defense. It's unbelievable. Can't win.
I think he plays decent enough defense. Again, has there been a finals without him besides when he was hurt 2 years ago? I can't even remember the last one.
I'm Team MJ over here. You know what I mean? I still give LeBron his props. I mean, I don't
you have to. Greg can be a hater all he wants. I'm just saying, anyone with eyes can tell you he's a decent player. Not bad. Pretty good. Probably second or third greatest of all time.
I don't watch. John Lynn said Sham just retweeted or tweeted Sixers, Celtics, and Nets are trade destinations for JJ Redick. I don't.
Yeah, fuck him.
Shut got the ball so bad.
That's to JJ and Shams. I don't care about either one of them fucking guys. To me, I don't understand. I want to ask you this to everybody. Why is everybody so quick to what trade we making? It's all I keep fucking hearing. Why? We're 14-6, guys. We're playing well. You realize everyone's telling me how they like all these young guys. They like Maxey getting minutes. They like Matisse getting minutes. Guess what? If we trade for somebody, they ain't getting minutes. So if you like them getting minutes, then we don't trade for anybody. Like, I like the team as it is right now. I like that the way it's comprised. I think they're playing really good basketball. I'm not in the hurry to trade fucking anybody. I don't want anybody. I just keep it as it is. Now, we might make a couple upgrades, you know, little upgrades come the deadline, which I don't even know when the fuck that is this year. But but like, to me, I'm not in a rush to trade anybody. If you told me that the deadline passes and we don't make a move, I'm fine with that.
No, listen, why would you that's another reason why I want to win tonight, you know, because I just want to keep winning to shut people up. And if you win tonight, you're 12-0 where you're starting 5. I mean,
right.
But we want to get rid of something.
We want to trade people.
Yeah, we want to get rid of something.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was asking you guys earlier.
Because it's like people never watch sports before in their fucking life. Yeah. Sometimes the sum of the parts are greater than each part. You know what I mean? Like, right now we're playing really good team basketball. Why fuck that up? Why trade for somebody? That's just stupid. Completely stupid.
No.
Yep. That's what I was asking you guys earlier. You know, 20 games in, you know, a lot of basketball left, but you have to feel pretty good, you know, whether you're a Sixers fan or just a basketball fan, that you know, they're the best team in the East. You know what I mean? Like,
they're playing better than I thought they would be. I'll tell you that.
You know, we understand what the Nets did. You know what I mean? But at some point, you know what I mean? You know, there's not enough basketballs to go around, and you got to stop somebody.
and I think a win tonight, you know, is another solidifying factor in that statement, right? Because that's a game in the past you lose on the road, end of a road trip against a usually scrappy Indiana team. That's a game you usually lose. But you come out and you win tonight, especially if you're able to win in, you know, deciding factor, right? And like a steamroll, then which I don't think you will, but you know, that's then solidifies you. Yeah, you can start staking that claim as the best in the East.
Yeah. You want to listen. You want to be the best in something. You go win games you're supposed to win. Simple as that. If you want to be the best in something, you know, you start losing games like tonight. You know, that's when you hear more and more trade this, trade that, trade this. I don't want to hear that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like the team we have. Do I think we could use like another 4? Yeah, but like, you know, back up 4, sure. But you know, I'm not in a rush to trade anything right now. So I just want to keep winning games and keep looking good. And I know everybody out there wants Bradley Beal and this person, that person. And I get it, like, I love Bradley Beal, but like what am I giving up for that? How much chemistry am I changing for that? Like, chemistry's a big thing. Like 11-0,
huge thing,
big thing. Like that's not a small sample size anymore. When you get the double digits, right? Like 5-0 together is one thing. Like you're 11-0 together. It seems to me you're playing pretty good basketball together. Not easy to to be 10-0 together. And tonight you got a chance to go 12-0 together. I mean, to me, that's just, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things we've talked about before. You know what I mean? Like, you know, addition without subtraction. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, if the Wizards just wanted, like, you know, six draft picks, then, you know, then you do it, because anytime you get a chance to add a star, I understand the chemistry part, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But the chemistry part doesn't quite get disrupted when the locker room's still the same, you know what I mean? But when you take somebody out of that locker room, you know, that's a key part or whatever, you know, that's, you know, helping you, you know, become, you know, the best team in the East. You know, then that's when you start to, you know, suffer, you know, a loss internally, you know, not just on the court, you know what I mean? But, you know, if it was one of those deals where it's like, hey, you know, cash and 4 picks, you know what I mean? Like, you go for it now. We talk about our window, you know, closing, you know what I mean? Like, not closing, you know, right now at a breakneck pace, but like, you know, when we say, you know, when we talked about last week, you know, 5 window, you know, maybe 5 years, you know, with Joe, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you're hoping longer, but, you know, and I understand, like Tom said, hey, the body and modern medicine, all that stuff. And that's great. I hope he's around forever. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about, you know, maybe a 5-year window of dominance, you know what I mean? And you know, so it's time to go now, you know what I mean? So like, if you got a chance and you're not giving up, you know, a bunch of, you know, key guys and it's just maybe picks, let's go. But, you know what I mean? I like the way the team is now as constructed. I'm okay with it. You know what I mean?
Me too. Like, I think you have some areas in the bench you could get better. Like, it would be nice to maybe have another vet that come off and score. Sure, but it's not like has to happen right now. You know what I mean? Like, it has to happen right this second, or this team can't go deep in the playoffs. Like, that's what makes me laugh. Like, no, we're all right. We're all right. You know, but
yeah, that's what I said. If Bradley Beal knocks on your door and he's got a Snoopy blanket, you know, and he's walking around with a stick, and and he's homeless, you know, you let him in. You let him in. Yeah. Hey,
outside.
Happy to find a bed for this guy.
Happy to have you, Brad. Happy to have you, Brad. Come on in.
Yeah,
Greg, you're out. Greg, you're out.
Unfortunately, he's not walking around with the knapsack. That's unfortunate. Yeah. What he is doing is dropping 35 a game. So I don't think they're just gonna be like, hey guys, want Bradley? Ever met him? You can just have him. That ain't gonna happen. So.
And your starting 5 plays really good defense too. Like, you know what I mean? Danny's a good defender. Tobias is a good defender. He's a little underrated, but Tobias can play good D. You know, we know Ben and we know Joe. I mean, you know, the only guy who's not a great defender is Seth. You know what I mean? But
he's willing.
You can hide somebody. You can always hide somebody.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good defensive starting 5. I mean, Danny Green's always played good defense. So, like, you know, but like, I just don't know what I want to give up either.
He's active defensively, Danny Green. You know,
I agree with Greg. Like, I would rather be the guy that held on the bench too long than got rid of him too early. Like, I'd just rather be that guy. That doesn't mean that's right, you know. But that also means, like, okay, if I felt like he was holding me back from winning, then maybe I have to, you know, then I have to look into that. But I don't think he's holding me back from winning when he's aggressive. That's it. You know what I mean? And he's been a lot more aggressive over the last handful of games. And that's
let's let it play out. It's 20 games with the new coach. Like, I don't understand everyone's so quick to judge people after 10 games, after 6 games. Like, after the first 3 games, people are talking about trading people. Like, shut the fuck up. It's a new regime. Let them play out, guys. This thing doesn't happen overnight. Not to mention, they didn't really have an offseason. They didn't really have, like, you know, what they have 2.5 months between, like, the bubble and Doc coming in. Like, there wasn't a whole lot to do. There wasn't a whole lot of practice time, of any of this shit. So, you know, kind of learning on the fly here. Like, I'm not trading Ben at all just because I don't trade 24-year-olds that are 6'11" and good ball handlers and play great defense. I just don't do that. So, but I need him to be aggressive. Like we always said, I don't want to get the pom-poms out again, but be aggressive. Be aggressive. We need you to. But again, I'm not trading anybody. I'm not in the mode to trade anyone right now. I don't want to talk about trades. Okay? And see how the season goes. And maybe at the deadline we add a piece, but I'm not trying to trade I'm not trying to make any big trades.
Yeah.
Again, unless like Swoop said, if they want to just give us a guy for a couple picks, then yeah, I'm willing to make a move. I'm not trying to trade any of our pieces. I'll say that are currently on the roster.
You know, and Tommy, we talked about this on Wednesday, and because the name popped up, me and you were the ones on Austin Rivers over JJ anyway. You know, JJ's shown that he's, you know, his game has declined this year. He's shooting at a career worst. And I don't think his game to us benefits us coming off the bench.
He's never made a big shot in his fucking life, dude.
And then that side of it too. I just think guys see JJ Redick and they know what Joel has said about him in the past, and they think this is the past. Well, sorry, Joel's got better shooters around him right now than JJ ever was around him. I'm not saying JJ's not a great shooter. I'm just saying here he wasn't as great as he's been.
Never shot 40% from three here, which Kerry's doing much more than that currently. And if you remember, I mean, I remember JJ hitting shots for us. I also remember him missing wide open shots in the playoffs in every playoff that he was in here.
Huge
wide
shots.
Open looks.
Like dagger shots.
Oh, yeah, fourth quarter, wide open looks. Yeah. The ones that we signed you to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't hate JJ Redick.
I don't want JJ Redick.
Not even close, dude. Like, if you guys, Austin Rivers or JJ Redick, and people out there were really like trying to tell me why JJ would be a better fit.
Bring the kid in. You know, if anything, if Dad gets upset, he's got someone to take it out on.
But watching basketball. And listen, we're gonna get into this in a few when we get into our Eagle stuff, but like, there's gonna be some rants coming here because it's just, it's okay to have disagreements, people. Like, you can want JJ, that's fine. Okay, like, it's okay. And we can want Austin Rivers, and we can disagree and be fine. We don't make the decisions. That's a Darryl and Doc are here for now. Okay, we don't make that call. So let the basketball guys make the call. Not saying it's not fun to talk about, 'cause that's why we do it. But like, people get all like upset. I disagree with me. JJ's great. Like, everybody wants him. Like, how'd Deshaun age when he came back here?
How the fuck is JJ great though? I just don't understand. Who's making this argument? That's what I want to know. JJ Redick has been an average player for the majority of his career, and now he's below average. So who the fuck's calling him great?
Nobody called him great, Wilson.
Well, you just did. So I wasn't saying you personally.
You got triggered.
I'm getting a little triggered here. I don't understand the love of JJ Redick. The dude has never hit a big shot in his fucking life. Fact. Fact.
Yeah, I guess you don't know tone. Tone's not a thing for you. You know what I mean? If you knew tone, if you really get a good feel for tone.
Tone DelGozzo?
No,
Stone Loke?
Stone Loke?
Tone Setter?
If you had a feel for tone, you would know that when people call him great, I was being, I was
facetious? We mean facetious? That's too big a word for you?
Oh,
I'll start getting tone.
Wow.
Don't get a Tone Ranger on me over here. All right, I got you.
I asked for a definition. Can you use it in a sentence? What's yours?
Tom was being facetious when he said that JJ was a great player. There you go, in a sentence.
Gary on the kick drum.
Come.
Come on the kick drum.
I'm more of a listening guy. That's your prerogative, Gary. I love that fucking movie, dude, so much. A classic.
Everybody. Well, here they are. John
Full
Lynn.
circle.
JJ Redick, the GOAT. Like, somehow.
The GOAT of what?
Guys, you guys are guys who want like older players to come back here and then fail, and then like it ruins any part of them being here. Like Deshaun, for instance. Like, not comparing JJ to Deshaun, but you bring him back, he's older, gets banged up. And
it's a pretty good comparison, actually.
And now it's like
shitty tattoos, shitty attitude, not good player. That's a pretty good comparison.
Fair enough.
Sounds like
Yeah, Steve, but how long ago was that? I mean, you're going back 2 years. The guy's gotten older. Like, if you watched him play with the Pelicans, if anybody's watched him play with the Pelicans, it doesn't look good. Not even a little bit.
Is he even playing? The one game I watched, he played 7 minutes. He's not even on the court.
And that's
and
where
the
I don't
Pelicans fucking stink.
And that's where I don't think JJ benefits us. He doesn't benefit any team coming off the bench.
Shake and Maxey play. Well, Maxey plays some day. Shake plays kind of defense. JJ plays zero defense. Never has played defense. He's good at like trying to stay with the guy off the screen. It's the only thing he's ever been.
And like all these guys that want to find more time for Maxey, then they're all Maxeyed up, and I get it. But you bring JJ back, where's Maxey? Maxey ain't playing.
Well, then people are going to bitch him in. I mean,
No,
you guys are young players. Doc.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. The same guys that want to trade everybody are like, well, Maxey should be playing 15 minutes a game. You realize if Maxey plays 15 minutes, the only time that Maxey's going to play 15 minutes a game is like the way the roster's currently put together right now. Like even right now, he's probably not playing 15 minutes a game. But if you bring somebody in, he's probably not going to see the court at all. Maybe 6 minutes, maybe wrap up time, or if we're up huge or down big, like he ain't playing. If you want him to play, you shouldn't want to trade. I don't know. I just don't understand people.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, I'm in the trade business.
Even if he wasn't old, this isn't 5 years ago. I mean, this is a different team. You know, I mean, like back then we had no shooters. He was one. He was one of the few shooters we had. So, right now we got other pieces. There's no need for him. The guy's a human turnstile. That's fine. You can like him. You can have a poster. You can diddle it to your poster in your room. That's fine. You know what I mean? Just clean up. No. I mean, anybody.
Just clean up.
Just clean up. You know what I mean? Wash your hands, use some sanitary, and then move on.
DJ Diddles.
It's over.
Just clean up.
I saw wipe.
That might be a new shirt. Just clean up.
Jerk away. Just clean it up.
I've seen a lot of savages walking around like something about Mary. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christmas.
Quarantine.
What is that? What is that? Hair gel?
Yeah, you're good, Sweeps. It's just the new AirPods that came out.
Quarantine got everybody fucked up.
I'll wear like one of these sometimes, like doing a video, and I'm like, dude, it looks like pizza. Look like you got to put the two pieces. You go one, it's like, what's hanging there? You got a little something. You there? Big shot top. You guys heard of Big Shot Rob, right? Have you heard Big Shot Top?
That's great.
From way downtown. Hey, bang!
Got a lot of uptick.
Oh shit! Colin, I don't hate. I mean, I'm not like Uncle Furcam, but I don't hate him. I think people just like.
And what the fuck are you getting in the 2027 second round pick? That's what I want to know out of this. You realize that second round picks. I mean, I can name probably like 10 of them that have been good in the history.
It's like one of us four hitting.
Come on,
it's like one of us four being good. It's like literally them drafting.
Jeremy Grant is like the last second round pick that was good for us. He's not even good for us. So I mean,
I would imagine Colin's being facetious since this is the.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Pee-wee's Playhouse word of the day. I would imagine.
I can't read sarcasm, unfortunately.
I would imagine. Yeah, couldn't see the tone there, but I would think Colin.
Missed the tone on that one. But if you're being facetious, thank you. I apologize.
Again.
I do. Furcan is another trigger word for Sixers. For Sixers fans, Furcan is a trigger for Sixers fans. It's hysterical.
When he gets some time, he usually hits shots, and when he's not hitting shots, he don't play. So what are we worried about?
That's what I'm saying.
It's so funny. Guys just pick guys to hate. Like that guy that plays 6 minutes and occasionally has a turnover. I hate that guy. It's like down the stretch of the last few years, Embiid had turnovers constantly in the fourth quarter. We love him. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing it to him. I'm just saying, like, the guys pick things to hate. It's like, I don't get it. Why hate the guy that played 6 minutes? Who cares? You got to have somebody in that role.
They should be Maxey's minutes. They should be Maxey's minutes.
Jesse, how the hell are you getting all these guys, Jesse?
Hill. Who's Hill?
George Hill? Is that who you're talking about?
George
Grant?
Hill?
Is that Grant?
Grant?
Just clean up if we get Grant.
Tyrone?
Oh, good old Tyrone.
Wow, nice.
That dude was from.
Talk about a blast from the past.
Talk about an ugly motherfucker. Holy shit! That's that line from the Predators from. That's one ugly motherfucker. Tyrone Hill. Holy shit!
You're not getting any of those guys this year. Maybe PJ Tucker.
Yeah, PJ Tucker's definitely available because.
But Buddy Hield ain't, and you're not to what we talked about earlier. We're not giving up the prospects and the guys needed to go get Buddy Hield right now. If you're doing a Buddy Hield move, that was done in the offseason. You're not doing that mid-season, especially as Tom especially has hammered home. We're undefeated with our starting five.
Why do we need Buddy Hield anyway? Curry's a better 3-point shooter.
That's what I said in the
And
offseason
Buddy
before we
plays
did the
no
Curry.
defense.
People, this is what I've witnessed more and more. Okay, people fall the fucking love with guys.
Well, guys that aren't on our team, guys that they don't watch play. Like, when's the last time you watched a Sacramento game?
No.
You haven't, have you?
It's what they do. Wells, they go,
Oh, we had 21-6. Somebody's got to score points, guys. Do you understand how the league works? 110 points scored a game. Someone's got to score, and Buddy Hield stinks. Stop it. Stop it.
ESPN app. Oh, did you guys see Zach LaVine again last night?
Here he goes.
Hey, I was waiting for this one.
Oh my God. I was going to bet $1 million that's where you were going. I love it.
Fucking another. Did you see him? Did you see him? Oh, but you see Buddy Hield in another loss. He dropped 25. What the fucking do? Okay,
Who cares?
I want fucking winners, and that's it. So that doesn't mean that guys like they
You
can't.
realize the role
Well,
for
you're
them
on a
on our
bad
team is like a 12-point-a-game guy, if that. 10
Doesn't
to 12. Like,
It doesn't
why
mean
do we care that he can drop 25 for a team that stinks when someone has to score again?
doesn't mean guys aren't pimps on bad teams because they're that.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them out
That's
there.
factual as well. It's just like
But
the
But when you're on a bad team, though, Tom, you're so right though. When you're on a bad team, all your stats are inflated. Everything's inflated on a bad team. You know what I mean?
105-50.
Well, Toby's another example now who played for a lot of bad teams, right? Like, like when we first got him, we almost expected more. Like, but now there's more, there's less balls to go around. So like, again, like I know, like, Zach LaVine I just bring up because it's just a common name. But it's like, is he coming here and taking the ball away from Joel Embiid though? And taking shots that we would rather work inside out with, you know what I mean? So it's like factor that stuff in. And in Chicago, it's his team. Yep. You know what I mean?
And they stink.
And he's not an he's not an overshooter by any stretch either. You know what I mean? It's not like he's a guy who's jacking 30 shots a night. I mean, he does sometimes, but it's not like he's that guy per se. But it's like you're saying, like somebody's got to score. Somebody's going to be your best player. Now that doesn't mean that guy can't go be a great player somewhere else.
And like you said, this was all talks. From at least people, with a pulse. This was all talks a month and a half ago before the season started. All right. Now you have a Tobias Harris who's playing tremendous basketball. All right. There's no need. There's no need for a trade. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was a guy, and before the season was like, giddy up, let's go. Package Toby, whoever we can get. You know what I mean? Like, I like LaVine, you know what I mean? But I don't need him. We don't need him now. You understand?
Yeah, there's no dunk contest this year. We don't.
Yeah, you're not saying you can't improve your team, of course. You know what I mean? Like I said, Bradley Beal's walking around, and he's getting, he's hitchhiking. You pick him up. You know what I mean? But pick him up.
He's not hitchhiking though. That's the only problem.
That's what I said.
40 boy. You mean Jordan? My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect Mike. I didn't mean to disrespect greatness. I truly don't. No, it's not even like Zach LaVine hates. Like his name got brought up so many fucking times on shows, like as soon as the season started, that like it became hate the name. Like
I don't understand the love for Zach LaVine.
Yeah, it became hate the name. Like I don't love him.
Are you a big fan of the dunk contest? I can understand that. Then he has looked good in there.
Y'all make me hate a guy. Like I didn't hate him prior to this. Like, and then you make me hate the name because it's been said too many times. Like I used to like Buddy Hield. Like I now hate Buddy Hield because I heard his name too many times. Like you guys are making me hate guys because you say their name 100 times. And who would I rather have, Simmons or LaVine?
Simmons.
Give me Ben right now.
Oh, Simmons by far. It's not even close.
Give me Ben right
it's
now.
Not even close.
God, it's not a shot.
It's not even close.
If you ask me about either Tobias or LaVine, because Tobias plays the 4, I'd rather have Tobias.
Tobias too.
Not like people make it out that, like earlier when I started saying this stuff earlier in the year, people are like, "Oh, you hate that." Whatever made me start hating him because no, I'm talking about fit. Then we have nobody to play the fucking 4. So you know what I mean? Now we got mouses in the ass. Now we're moused up in the ass at the 4. You know what I mean? Come on.
If we traded Ben Simmons for LaVine, I'd drive right off the wall at Whitman fucking Bridge.
No, I respect.
I am not a Zach LaVine guy. I'm sorry.
I respect
to 40 boy Lou. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not. He's a guy that on a good team scores 14 to 15 points. I'm not convinced that Zach LaVine's great. He doesn't play great defense. He's got an injury history. I'm not a Zach LaVine guy.
Good to have you. It's good. I mean, appreciate it.
Coming in 40.
Appreciate 40. I mean, listen, I get it. You guys have.
Oh, stick up for your guy. It's all. I'm just saying. I'm not a Zach LaVine guy. Is he a talented player? He is. He's talented. But I mean, he's one of those guys that on a bad team, they're like, look at this guy. He's a great dunker, and he'll be in a dunk contest. Everybody can root for him. Yeah, that's the kind of guy that's on a shitty team. That's what he's built for.
Philly,
when he leaves the Bulls, he'll go to somewhere else that stinks probably. Portland. How bad is Portland, by the way? Portland just has two absolute studs. Dame Dollar is just delicious, and they just stink.
Somebody had him. I think somebody had him winning the West. I mean, we don't. I guess we'll leave it at that.
That one.
Who was that? Greg?
No.
Was that me?
No.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say that, did I?
No, it was Brodo.
Brodo, big trailblazer guy.
might want to stick to the links there, Rod.
He did backtrack on that this week.
I would hope he backtracked away on that. They fucking stink.
He jumped off the fiery train this week.
Yeah, you got to move.
I mean, you start talking about deleting evidence. I mean, Christ, whatever evidence you had, with that one. I mean, again, Zach LaVine's not a bad player. He was 9 for 12 last night. I mean, he's an efficient guy. I mean, he had 26 points. But
9 for 12 is a great game.
But guess what? It's not like they're not a good team, but they have 3 young
the
players.
guy that's their volume shooter is Markkanen, right? He shoots a lot.
Markkanen had the most shots last night with 18. But
I like Markkanen too, though.
And I like White too. You know what I mean?
He's a stretch guy.
Look, if I'm a Bulls fan, I'm trying to keep them 3 around. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they're going in a better direction. They're 7-11 this year. They're better. They're becoming a little bit better.
They need some grittiness. Well, you know who I like on that team, and I've always liked is Thad Young. Thad Young's on that team, right? Thad's a gritty guy.
Yeah,
Thad's a gritty guy.
He's on that team.
Their problem is they're missing some. They need a really good center, or they need a gritty fucking guard. Like Kobe White could be that guy, but I don't think he's there yet. But they're missing either a good center or like a really good gritty point guard.
Yeah, because Markkanen's like a stretch 4.5.
Stretch 4, yeah.
4.5, yeah. He's just he's like a Dirk light. You know what I mean? And I like Markkanen, you know what I mean? So it wasn't
Daniel Stafford is their center.
Who's that?
Who was it?
Stafford from Arkansas is their center.
Don't they have what's called too, right? Wendell Carter, that's his name.
Yeah, he's hurt, I guess. Yeah,
is he hurt? He was hurt last year too.
And who did they draft? They drafted
who this year?
They just drafted the big Patrick Robinson or Patrick. What the fuck is his name? Shit,
Williams.
not Patrick Robinson. Patrick Williams. There it is.
Williams.
That was probably a bad pick.
But I always like the Kobe White pick to me.
I think Kobe White's getting better. I got him in fantasy. He's not a bad little player.
Only a 20 piece nug. Hold on, back up. Philly Wolf. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
He said, agree. Flyers will win.
He's on a 5-3 Flyers.
Sixers will win again tonight. Let's go. Sweep talk.
Room's out.
Jesse.
Appreciate
Keep the starting 5. I love it, Jesse.
They would be their bad. They will be beat.
Absolutely. That's what.
Yep.
See, that's what we're talking about, Jess. That's what we're talking about, man.
Cooper, we are jumping from
everything.
We're actually talking basketball right now, but
basketball right now.
We'll talk anything you want. You got a question? Throw it out there.
We're going to talk football here in a minute.
This is open forum. Whatever you want to talk about.
He's over there on Twitch. Thanks for finding us on Twitch there.
Yeah. Oh, appreciate you. Wherever you're finding us at.
Twitching.
Subscribe, follow, like. Enjoy it with us. Look at another one. Look at that. Another.
CM Punk.
Prediction?
Yeah, it's a return. Who's your winner, Philly Wolf?
I won't know.
I have no idea. John,
Greg can tell us.
You're actually going to get into that one.
I love the deal for the Rams, and I think people don't. I think people think they gave up too much. I think you have a great defense, best in the league this year. You have 2 dominant players defensively, and the best corner and the best D tackle in the league. And to me, you have to go for it. Like, you have good receiving core, young running back. Cam Akers looks pretty good. Fucking Goff is your issue. I think we all know that. And I love Matt Stafford. I think Matt Stafford is completely underrated. I know he doesn't have the
resume.
Find out.
We're
going to find out.
We're going to find out.
Doesn't have the win-loss resume that that some of the other greats have had, but he's a guy that's always there, always plays. And listen to this one here, crazy stat I heard earlier this week: 168 career starts for Matthew Stafford. How many 100-yard rushings do you think he's had? 168 career starts.
4.
No, it's more than that, but it's
10.
But it's crazy low. It's 11. 11 out of 168. That's fucking crazy.
Wow. I thought
That's
never had-
criminal.
I thought 50 was low. I was like,
11.
Wow.
11 100-yard rushing games while he's been starting quarterback. That's
Well,
crazy.
we're going to find out, Will.
Listen, I know you're a Stafford guy too.
Big Stafford guy.
I like Matt Stafford, always have. I think it's a great deal for the Rams. They're going for it. You got to tip your cap to them for going for it. And for the Lions,
No nerd in the house. No nerds in that house.
for
Yeah,
the Lions,
love it.
for the Lions, it's not a terrible move either because you get a lot of picks. I don't know. To me, it's a great deal for the Rams. I like it more as the Rams' perspective. The Lions, hopefully Goff, it can put this year behind him, last year and a half actually, and be the quarterback he was 2 years ago. But who knows if that's going to actually happen? Now the Lions got good returns, so I'm not going to kill them for the trade. But I love the trade for the Rams.
But Jesse, the Rams are going for it now. So the age of the quarterback should be irrelevant because they're going for it now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
Matt Stafford is a vast upgrade over Jared Goff.
You're doing this deal for the next 2, maybe 3 years, which Stafford's going to have the ability to do that for, right?
Yeah,
so
he's 32.
this isn't like you're trading for Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, he's 32. Even if you gave him, like you said, 4 years, a 4-year window, 32, he'd be 36. I don't think that's, I think that's fine.
It was 2 first, by the way, Jess.
His durability, he showed that durability. Playing in a horrible organization,
Always
a
plays.
team. The guy shows up and plays all the time. So, he takes care of his body. Dude can spin it. I'm fine with it. Like I don't care about draft picks. I never do. I know people do. They like to stockpile.
Yep.
I get that.
Yeah. Thank you.
When you're a bad
Thank
organization, that's what you got to do. Because that's how you rebuild. So I get it. But when your window's closing, you go for it. Sean McVay thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. So now we'll find out. Because tremendous defense.
No more excuses, Sean.
Tremendous young running backs, and good wide receiver
Good
core.
wide receiving core, yep.
Young tight end. I like Higbee. So listen, Goff was the Where's Waldo in the room. Like when you walked in the room, he was the cheese stick. If you can't find the cheese stick, you're the cheese stick. So he was the odd man out. And that's anybody can say whatever they want about him. Like they were probably holding him onto him this long because they traded up for him and they made all those moves. And then it looked like you had that 1 year and McVay was the answer. And then he just continued to regress and back to the old. The old Jared Goff,
Oh, baby hands Goff.
Yep.
Yeah, and there wasn't anyone available like Matthew Stafford to make this deal. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't available in the past. So when you're looking at what was available, Jared Goff potentially you're like, all right, he's already here. We already drafted him. We might as well keep going. When a guy like Stafford comes available, this is a no-brainer. And especially with, as someone said, Ramsey's locked up, Donald's locked up, Kupp's locked up, Woods is locked up, Akers is a rookie or second year. Like all these guys are here. So it's not like they have to go out and they don't – everyone needs first-round picks, but they don't necessarily need to upgrade their team. They're already there, the core. So this is just adding that pimp back there to spin it and let's go.
And I tell you this much, and there's no disrespect to Belichick because we know he's the greatest defensive mind of all time. But Stafford don't score 9 points in the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that. They win that.
Well,
Super
he
Bowl.
does because he does himself.
They win that Super Bowl with Stafford. You know what I mean? That's no disrespect to GOAT or anything. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to look at this deal. I look at it like
Did they even score 9 sweeps?
I don't know, but it wasn't 12-6, 12. I don't know.
But was it 3?
It was awful. Yeah,
Might have been 3. Might have been 17-3 final.
it wasn't good. Regardless, I look at this deal 2 ways, right? I look at it like I love guys that are in general manager positions that don't want to be the nerd, right? That are tired of the nerds, and so many nerds need to hold on to first-round picks. Like when you're ready to win, go all in, man. And I love that they went all in. I'm a huge Matthew Stafford guy. And I'll say this. I'm a big Jared Goff guy, never was, right? That's been documented. But I'll say this. It's a good move for the Detroit Lions. It's a low-risk, high-reward move. You knew Stafford was out. Like, the fact that you got what you got back when a guy said he's leaving is remarkable to me. Like, you got that back when a guy said he's leaving. Like, you need picks. People told me, like, oh, Tom, they're picks 20 to 32. I don't care. They're first-round picks.
Who cares?
Like, they got to build a roster. So that means next year and the year after, they're going to have 4 first.
It's not the NBA where the top 6 after that stink. You know, I mean,
the
NFL, anywhere in the first round, you should get a good player.
If there's a place Jared Goff can play, if there's a place Jared Goff can play, like it's in a dome, right? I mean, he has to play in a dome. We know this. You know, bad weather, stuff like that isn't suitable for Jared Goff. The only
issue is that the division is not suitable.
No,
because a lot of bad weather in all the other cities you're playing.
The one thing they are starting to get, if they can stay any bit healthy for Don out there, is they do have 2 good young backs. Now they do. Now they're never, they're not healthy enough. Kerryon Johnson and Swift, right? They're not like Swift, got nicked up.
I like Swift.
But they have 2 backs that do different things, right? So they have some explosiveness. They have Marvin Jones probably won't be there, but they have a good wide receiver. So you see what they do in the draft. But I don't think if I'm a Lions fan, I'm not like I don't want to poo-poo.
And they got Hawkinson.
Yeah, I don't want to poo-poo getting a starting quarterback back, because if not, if you're the Lions, you don't expect to get a starter back. So the fact that you have a starting quarterback and you can at least say, all right, we have a chance to be competitive. The chances of us being competitive are probably slim to none. But at least, as a fan, you can go, okay, we're not only stocking picks for the future, we can still maybe score a little bit. Maybe. I'm not crowning Jared Goff. You guys know what I'm saying. There's worse quarterbacks out there you could get. He's at least a starter, a capable one. Not for a Super Bowl winning team, obviously, but capable enough to he lives off the play action. We know this. Okay. So if you have a running game for him at all, he can be semi-successful. But then again, what does he do outside of McVay's system too? That's a big question mark that's going to be on Jared Goff. And sometimes the best thing for guys is a wake-up call too. So we'll see. Nobody goes to Detroit and is successful. So, Tyler,
I mean, you think there's any shot they flip this to Houston?
Who?
Detroit?
No.
Because they have all the draft capital now? You can flip Goff and a couple picks to Houston for Watson and not have to give up anything more than maybe what you got back from L.A.?
Yeah. I mean, you could try.
I mean, to me, it's like you're Deshaun Watson. You have a no trade clause. Why Detroit?
True.
I think he wants out so bad that he's like, fuck it. Wherever they agree to, I'll just go.
The only thing I
don't think that Houston's even going to trade him.
No. The only thing I question is Dan Campbell as a head coach. You know what I mean? Outside of that inspiring opening day presser, I just don't know how good of a head coach he is.
Do you know anything about him?
I know he failed his last head coaching position.
Was he the interim? Yeah, he was the interim
head coach.
In Miami, interim. Yeah, he was interim. He didn't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he wasn't an actual head coach. But listen, I'll tell you what. You can get me on board when you come in with a press conference like that. I'll tell you that. I'll say that to you. I don't know much about his X's and O's kind of guy he's going to be, but maybe he's a guy that hires an O coordinator, hires a D coordinator, and then just motivates some motherfuckers. Because if he, sometimes that's what you need the head coach to do.
Sure.
So I don't know. Greg, I mean, listen, tough time. It's tough to win in Detroit, okay? He's got a monumental task in front of him.
Yeah.
But I do like the way he came in. Anybody that starts talking about chewing kneecaps off, I'm a fan, okay? All right? It's like Army Hammer, all right? He came in like Army Hammer talking about cannibalism. I'm a fan.
Yeah. That Super Bowl was 13. That Super Bowl was 13-3. Good call, Will. That disgusting Super Bowl. So it was even worse.
I thought it was 17. It's only 13. Wow.
I don't even give. The pressers to me don't do me either way. That's just me. But speaking, John Lynch has said, Tom, well, who's going to be the Colts starting quarterback next year now? Because I guess I said Stafford to the Colts. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people guessed that as well.
Don't be surprised if he's playing right here or just played here last year. at this point, don't be fucking shocked anymore. Don't be shocked because, listen, the guy who just got hired in Houston went out of his way to say, I came here for Deshaun Watson. No shit you did. But went out of his way to say who his quarterback was. Our guy stumbled over everything when asked who our quarterback was going to be. So, I mean, to me, don't be shocked because they didn't go out of their way as an organization to act like this guy's back. They just didn't. They didn't do him any favors.
It wasn't a great presser, was it? As great as Campbell's was, ours, not so much. Jesus Christ. Did we even get an answer about anything though? Like it didn't really answer anything.
No, guys got to play smart.
Our offense is going to be very simple but very complicated.
It's PR 101, man. Take it from experience, right? Deflect and move. Deflect and move.
He can't even deflect it. He fell over his note card when he asked about Carson. He said, "Oh my God, I'm getting asked this. You just were asked it last night by Dave Spadaro. You were getting front toss in the cage the night before by Spadaro, right? Everybody hits bombs in the fucking cage on front toss, and you look the lit, and you sold me the night before. You come up on the podium, nobody's even there. People tell me he's nervous. Nervous of what? Nobody's even in front of him.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like there's a live interactive media in front of you, honey. You're fucking Zoom calling it.
He's talking to a fucking TV screen.
Yeah, it's not like Eskin's hounding you in person.
Anytime Eskin says anything, you should just tell him to shut the fuck up anyway.
It doesn't mean he won't be a good coach.
Howard Eskin.
My whole thing is like, don't be surprised now. Like,
Oh, yeah. He didn't do himself any favors. Everyone was like, all right, we'll see what Nick's got. And then he told me, oh, fuck.
I will say, he stumbled a bit, but when somebody asked him a football question, though, he locked in and knew what he was talking about. You know what I mean? Like, he might have stumbled around the Carson and the quarterback and absolutely all that. But when someone, when he got asked an actual football question and he got to dive into some little bit of nuances of what he's looking for football-wise, he was all good to go there. And I'll take that.
Apparently he does have a little stutter, so I'm not going to kill him for, the way he talks. I'm not going to kill him for that. But regardless of the stutter, he still fucked up the Carson question like he wasn't ready for it. Dude, that question's coming. That's got to be the number one. You're going to go. Guess what, Nick? The first thing I'm going to ask you is, what are you doing about the quarterback situation? You can't fuck that question up.
Speaking of the quarterback.
I mean, that's question 1, 1A,
1A, 1B, 1C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't even worry about anything else. Like
the whole press conference is that fucking question.
I don't even have an index card because I know it's all about 11. It's all about who else you asking about? Because I'm all ready for 11 questions. Keep them coming.
You guys want to hear this? I don't know if everybody got a chance to hear this yet. In its totality. This morning, I did a Crumb of the Day on Friday night show, and it was Malcolm Jenkins for some reasons, and people don't listen anymore. And I was attacked on YouTube this morning because you're defending Carson. So I want you guys to hear this, and I'm going to try to reiterate what I was getting at on not of a yelling scale, and just try to break down what I was saying, because you're going to hear a guy tell you that that's his friend, okay? You're going to hear a guy on a national syndication tell everybody how Carson's his fucking friend. I don't care about Carson. You can trade Carson tomorrow at this point. I don't care anymore. There's no defending anybody. There's just telling you what. Line up A, B, C, and D, okay? Line shit up and tell me what you get. You get frauds. This is what you get. You get guys that kick people when they're down. That's not what friends do. That's what enemies do. So I want you guys to hear this and tell me, is there facts to what he's saying? Probably. But my issue is, when have you been this great leader all of a sudden? Now you're Mr. Leader, okay? Leaders don't do that. Leaders hold guys accountable in the moment. If he's such your friend, go on a hunting trip and make him accountable then. Okay? And don't tell me.
You definitely don't talk to the fucking media about it. That's the number one thing you don't do.
If you want to talk about egos, welcome to professional sports, Malcolm. Welcome. There's 53 guys in that locker room with a goddamn ego. Okay? So is the organization maybe not holding them accountable enough? A, B, C, D? I'm sure that's true. I'm sure it is. But for you to do this just shows me you were the Josina Anderson snake. And to add on to you, Malcolm, you were the same leader who 14 hours after a playoff loss to end the season was talking about a contract extension. That's leadership. That fucking loss sat with me the whole fucking year while you're sitting there worried about your dollars and cents while you're still under contract. So it seems to me that the organization chose Carson over you money-wise, and you got a little bit sensitive. That's just how I took it. But you guys listen.
Same guy that took a shot at the Saints' best wide receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How about
that's great leadership too. You know what I mean? Like,
how about the fact that after all this time, at the end, he ends it with, "I haven't really paid much attention to what's going on over there."
Oh, he said at the beginning. Yeah.
What?
What?
What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've had enough, Malcolm.
I woke up this morning thinking I was the crazy one, right? Like I'm not defending Carson. I'm making points. That's not what good friends do, teammates, leaders, etc. Okay, you can say, listen, I'm not the greatest player to ever play a sport, but I'll tell you one fucking thing. I'm a locker room fucking guy. So if somebody knows how locker rooms are supposed to be and what leaders are supposed to do, you lead by fucking example, okay? And you don't kick people when they're down. And if you think there's an issue in your locker room, like we handled back in the day, Wills, right, on a baseball field, how do we do it? We take a guy and have a conversation with him about how we're going to play the game, okay? And we're going to have a little something between our fucking legs. So you want to hold somebody accountable, go do it. You don't got to be the greatest player in the world to go hold somebody accountable. That's your friend. Shit. It's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody's got something to say after the fact. No. You were signed. You had some money on your deal, and you were talking about money after a loss. And the fact that I know I'm living rent-free in your head, Malcolm, you came rushing to that post to defend yourself, saying, oh, it wasn't right after the game. It was the day after. Oh,
he commented on your post? He commented on your post?
Last year. Remember? Oh, my fault.
It was
guilty.
Sorry.
Let's look at all the guilty guys who've commented on Crumb in the days. Blake Snell. All right. Why? You're a little guilty? We're a little guilty of something, Blake? A little guilty being selfish? So you got to come defend yourself, right? Oh, Malcolm, how are you? A little guilty of something, honey? You got to defend yourself? Just go through them. If you're coming out of your way, to defend yourself on something like that.
Against a public figure.
So I guess I was saying I wasn't going to get mad about this. And I'm so mad about it, not because it might not be true. I don't care anymore. I don't care. All right, type A personalities walk all around professional sports. Okay? I don't care anymore. You want to trade Carson? Trade him. I don't care.
Most of them have been alphas their whole life, wherever they grew up. You know what I mean?
Just don't talk to me about your best buddy. I want you guys to hear this again if you haven't. It's a good one, and the family that maybe hasn't heard it yet, because some people are saying, "Man, I haven't heard it." So listen to it. Listen to really what he says, and don't listen to it like, "Oh, well, he's telling the truth." Don't listen to it like that. Just listen to what he says and tell me you guys are all okay with this. Mr. Eagles fan himself, Malcolm Jenkins.
Your current team, but I'm wondering what you do think of, if you don't mind me just throwing you in right now as part of the paparazzi, and what you think of what is going on with your former team in Philadelphia. Do you have any thoughts on that subject, Malcolm Jenkins? If so, what are they?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I hadn't really paid a ton of attention to it. I was really just, looking around the league to look at, with all of the coaching vacancies, how they want to handle, black coaches and what opportunities want to come. But I do know that whoever, was going to take over that job in Philly was inheriting, some work. And I think Jeffrey Lurie made some comments earlier this offseason that hinted or was really direct about, they're going into a rebuilding phase. And, I know as players on a team and as a fan base, you never really want to hear that because it sometimes kind of muddies up what the priorities are. But look, they got a situation where obviously all that went down with Carson Wentz this year, a lot of money invested into him. And then you had Jalen Hurts come in and really take command of the offense, ignited a little bit of juice into the team. And that's not the first time that's happened, from a backup quarterback, obviously,
right,
in Philly. And so it's it's one of those things that like something has to change, you know, whether you put that onus on the coaching staff or you put that onus on the players that are there. But I mean, you know, there's obviously going to be a lot of work to be done there. But they've got great leadership. They've got players, you know, in that locker room that are a prideful group. And what you hope to see is that, at least from a fan, right? I even call myself an Eagles fan. You just hope that the competitiveness, that the culture, and the kind of the ethos of what that team stands for at least stays in place.
So again, you know, as a fan of the Eagles, you do, however, have quite a unique perspective. And one more follow-up on this. Is there an issue with Wentz in that locker room? We keep on hearing about it. You were there when there was a magazine article locally that came out, said there was a big problem with Wentz and players in that locker room. Is there an issue? Is there any there about Carson Wentz that you can share with us, Malcolm?
Well, I think, you know, as a teammate and friend of Carson's, I think that, you know, it always starts right with performance. And he hadn't performed up to, I think, the expectations that everybody's had for him. And I don't think he would say he's played up to his own expectations. But some of the other issues that I felt, you know, when I was in the locker room was just that, you know, there was just too much leeway. And it didn't make him a better player. I don't think they did him any favors by, you know, trying to kind of protect his ego or trying to, you know, just really protect him as a player, as opposed to keeping it just like every other player. It's like keeping it performance based and really being, you know, real about what he needed to improve on, but also adjusting to put him in places that, you know, that can make him successful. And I think, you know, that's a little bit on the coaching staff. That's also some onus on the player. Like every player should go into every offseason evaluating what they did well, what they didn't do well, and you look to see improvement year after year. But if that's not the case and you don't see it and there are no changes and it's not being addressed, then I know, like, as a player, you almost feel like, you know, what are we doing? You know, you're to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results is insanity. And unfortunately, I think that a little bit of that has, you know, taken place over the last few years. And obviously, you know, this offseason shows that, you know, something had to change in a major way. And Carson's still there. And so he's still, regardless of who they bring in for, you know, to coach him and get him better, he's still going to have to improve as a player in order for that team to have success.
There you have it, which I don't have an issue with some of the facts of the matter. Got to play better, blah, 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 right? I have issues with the little, tiny, subtle jabs that went on in there, okay? And that's my issue, because he was a guy that we all looked at as a leader, we thought. So be that leader through them times. And to say up until this year that he didn't play up to the level, I think totally an unfair criticism. Like totally. You want to talk about this year? Fine. Be my guest, but you also weren't there this year. But to tell me he didn't play up to his level at the end of last year, I think it's a crock of shit. Honestly, I think it's a crock of shit because that's unfair criticism. You know, there was like nothing around last year at the skill position players, and he played well. And that's not defending the guy. He played like absolute garbage like this year. Absolute dog shit. Okay? And I said, if they trade him, they trade him. It is what it is. I'm not upset about it. I'm team Philadelphia Eagles, and I'll always be like that. And right now, Malcolm Jenkins is not an Eagle. So for the fact of him talking like he's a fucking Eagle, you're not. You decided to leave for more money, Mr. Leader. More money. Okay? So I don't want to hear it anymore. You got something to say, don't call him. Right? You spent 5 minutes talking about him. 5 minutes. He's your friend. I'm sure your friend's going to love hearing.
I love how he starts that off with, I haven't paid much attention. I just go on a 5-minute ranting. That to me right there, then immediately I'm like, I don't take anything that he says to heart then. If I haven't paid that much attention, how are you going to start that with? Then shut the fuck up.
Just because somebody asks you a question, you don't have to answer it. You know what I mean? That's part of being a high character guy taking there's just no reason for it. You're not here anymore, like you guys said. You're not there anymore. There's no reason to sling mud. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So you just tell Rich, listen, I'm not there anymore. There's just, I don't know what happened this year. It is what it is. I enjoyed my time there. What else you got, Rich? To me, that's a better way to go. You know what I mean? That's the way I go.
That's a leadership way of going.
That's the way I go.
That's a leadership way of going. Yeah. Yes.
Instead of, you're gonna put this on a tee for me? Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. I couldn't run quick enough. Yeah.
And what spark did Jalen Hurts have? I mean, sure, he beat the Saints, but
he beat Malcolm.
What spark did he have? He got benched for Nate Sudfeld, whether it was real or not. Who cares?
1-3, Greg, and a 52% completion percentage. That would be the spark.
Yeah,
1-3 and a 52% completion percentage. There's the spark.
I was gonna say, and guess what? It didn't take much because Carson was playing so putrid that anything would have been a spark.
Don't disagree there.
I'm just saying it didn't take much. Now, was there a little bit of a spark? Yeah, there was. Jalen looked pretty good at first, but then, it came to the same problems that we were having with Carson. Our O-line wasn't very good. We didn't run the ball enough. We had issues. Our whole roster as a whole wasn't very good, and mainly because of injuries up front on the O-line and just our skill position players haven't been great.
See, this is all I'm going to say. Oasis, no, it's not a disregard of everything Malcolm did. This is what I said the other night
why?
I respect everything Malcolm did. I'm grateful for what Malcolm helped bring a Super Bowl to this city.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean I can't, the same thing with Carson. It doesn't mean I can't be critical of him at this point, the way he's played. It doesn't mean I can't be critical of Malcolm's comments. I can have it both ways, peeps. I'm not standing on a hill for Carson Wentz anymore. All right? Okay? I just hate anonymous sources, and I hate when guys, and I also hate this stuff, especially from a guy that we consider a leader.
If you are a leader, you go to a locker room. Now, granted, he's not in the locker room anymore, Tom. You know this, but like you said, call him. Or I would hope he called him after this if maybe he thought it went away from him. Sometimes guys just say things in the moment, and it gets away from him. So I would hope he called Carson after. But do we know that? I bet you he probably didn't. But if he called him after, then I'd be kind of okay with it. But you can't just go spouting off to the fucking media about a team that you're not even a part of anymore. That's just nonsense to me.
Why does he deserve more leeway than Carson? Nobody deserves leeway. He's not here. We're talking about character. We're talking about character. We're not talking about play on the field. So
I don't care about his play on the field. I've always liked Malcolm on the field. I'm just talking about this isn't a leadership quality to me. This isn't a guy. This isn't a good character trait for me about talking about somebody else when they're not there. I've never done this. I don't like talking to the media. I'm not that guy. Keep it in-house. Everything should be in-house. Any disagreement should be in-house.
Yeah, to me, it's dirty pool. It's dirty pool. I don't like it.
Yep.
Everybody's built different. Everybody's built different, and it is what it is,
That's all I was trying to make out. That's why I play it again, because, like I said, this morning it was you would have thought I said the worst thing ever on YouTube. You know what I mean? You would have thought it was the worst little rant of all times. People are saying Malcolm Jenkins preach what? I don't care. If it it might be true. Everything he said may be true. Nobody's running from that. Just not the time and the place, babe. And you wanted the time and the place. Okay, you wanted the clicks and you wanted your name being relevant. I know you. Okay, I see right through you.
Yeah, it comes down to the favorites again. You know what I mean? It was always, one guy that's a fan favorite, one guy that's hated. You know what I mean? Really, the bottom line is it's crazy. You know what I mean? It just, it doesn't matter what 11 does. He did not win the Super Bowl in their eyes. You know what I mean? No matter what happened in the regular season, and no matter he didn't win the Super Bowl. So they'll just never get over that. You know what I mean? They'll just never get over it. So, and it outweighs everything else. You know what I mean? Like you said, you take this year out of, we'll see what happens next year and then the rest of his career, you know what I mean? But, obviously this year was an abomination, but it's just, he'll never be able to shake that, that hate, you know what I mean? So that's where it comes down to Tommy was, saying something bad about one of the chosen ones, you know what I mean? And that's really you were just absolutely commenting. That's all you weren't,
Carson today. If he's dealt today, and it is what it is. If he comes back and plays great, then that's huge for us. But either way, I mean, it is what it is to me at this point. I can't defend. I'm done like standing on a hill for shit that I don't know what's true and what's not anymore. Right? I just hate that stuff. And I'm not speaking to him as the leader on the Eagles. He's the one who called him his friend.
Yeah, and it's the ego talk that we don't like. It's not the part at the end where he said that Carson played worse than than under his expectations and the expectations of fans. I think everyone agrees with that. We all agree with that. It's the other part that we don't like.
Yeah. I mean, all that might be, the accountability and all them things. They might be all true. Every little bit of it.
But that's something that should be said face to face.
Yeah, it's just not the way to go about it. And hopefully, I know Don said Carson should have a lot of motivation this year. Well,
you would hope.
Hopefully, if he's here, he does. You know what I mean? I don't want him to have motivation somewhere else, but hopefully here he's got that motivation. But we'll see. We'll see if he's even here. I mean, at this point, I don't know. I don't know what. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen, and time will tell. You know what I mean? Time will definitely tell on that game.
When was that done? I hadn't heard that before. When was that this past week? With the Rich Eisen show?
Yesterday or 2 days ago? Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Thursday or Friday?
Gotcha.
It's good. It's good. Good talk. It's good talk. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, I wouldn't want both of them to go aces. I think that's aggressive. You need a quarterback, so
I'm not going to sit here and say that I think one's going to be awesome, but I think they're both going to be here. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that too. You know what I mean? The coach when Sirianni talked about competition, I was a big fan of that. He talked about that with Spadero the night before in the soft toss interview. But closed environment. You know what I mean? Shorts and tee.
I've seen plenty of guys whiff and soft toss, so I mean
something to hang our hat on with that one. But he actually sounded great. Like he sounded great in that interview, and that's why I'm glad I listened to that the night before his presser, because I didn't care much about the presser. I already heard it all, and then the only thing that got me on his presser was the Carson and Hurts thing. But he talked about guys competing all the time, and competing in the film room, and competing walking down the hallway, and I like that side of things. So I mean, that's coach speak, but you hope that side of it's true. So maybe he wants both of them to compete. Who knows? We'll see. We will see on that one.
I mean, he has, getting back to Sirianni, though, he has worked with multiple different styles of quarterbacks, right? When you go from Luck to Brissett to Rivers, Luck and Rivers are similar, but Brissett's obviously not. You know what I mean? Not just your traditional pocket passer. And he they had an average year with Brissett, so you would hope that he's able to work with both of those guys if they're both here.
Yep, design plays. Design plays for your gadget toy, design plays. So a little baseball talk, and then we can get into the crumb of the week, unless you guys got anything else Eagles-wise that in.
No, I'm just, I'm not going to judge Nick until I see. I just hope that he comes in and has like a good offensive mind, really. I'm not going to judge him. I don't know much about the guy, so and I refuse to judge him off that interview because it didn't go well. So I'm going to just reserve judgment and hope that he's got some great offensive. People say he's a really good offensive mind, so I hope he's got some good ideas.
That's the goal.
Because we're going to need him.
That's a good point, Philly Insider. I didn't realize that. Worked with Matt Castle during his Pro Bowl season. Was that with the Chiefs?
Yes, I believe so.
Had to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's gotten good stuff out of the quarterbacks he's worked with. So, and our offensive coordinator got good stuff out of Justin Herbert last year from a rookie. So, you hope that some of that stuff can translate to whoever the hell the quarterback is.
Yeah.
Right? Whoever the hell it is. So they need to be coached up, obviously. Got to be coached up. So a little Phil's, a little baseball talk, and then we'll get our crumb of the week and do what we do. You know what I mean? Do what we do with the deck of cards.
Speaking of deck of cards, I see Philly Live's open. Sorry to quickly change.
I think it is officially open. Yeah,
nice.
A couple weeks back, maybe.
Yeah,
it officially opened up. So Phillies wise, obviously this happened. Didi's back.
Didi is back. JT is back.
JT's back as well. So, I like that they were willing to give Didi the 2-year deal and go that extra year. I think it's important, and you give Stott more time to grow. I mean, Didi can play. So I like it. I like the way this lineup, as it looks right now, is assembled. I like it. Now, like, a lot comes down to, can we hit like we did last year? I think we can. I not like a murderer's row per se, but you got a lot of talent in this lineup, and you committed money to veterans, right? And there's a lot of money committed to veterans, so it's more of a pressing time to win now than it ever has, right? The magnifying glass and the binoculars are on you a lot more now than they were even more last year, right? And that's where we're at, and that's what we got to hold these guys accountable for. But I think Dave Dombrowski being here, I want to have hope that he's going to put together a better bullpen than we witnessed last year. And if he does, right, then I expect this team to have a chance to compete for a playoff spot, compete for one. I'm not saying they're going to get in one. I just think they'll compete for one. Especially when some of the teams in the NL have gotten better. Obviously, Louis Cardinals got a little better the other night, a little better. So
a little bit.
We got. I want to say better, but we have. I just think bringing these guys back and not crowning Archie Bradley. It's a good bullpen name, and anything is compared to what we had. But I like Archie, and that's a good addition. And I think Dave's going to do more stuff like that, and I hope he does, right? Because he has to. This team's about 2 other relievers that I know can get outs, and I'm not saying all-star guys, just 2 other relievers that I know can get outs in this league, away from really being where I want them to be. Where if I want to be able to say, I have a legit chance to compete for the NL East, legit chance. That's where I'm about away.
I'd like another starter as well.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'll go 1-1, right? Starter reliever, but I'm with you. I think we're 2 arms. I think we're 2 legit pro arms.
I think we can contend, but right now we're not a favorite to make the playoffs, I'd say.
No. Not right now, no.
But we're better. Not a shot
better
against Bryson Stott, but Didi's an upgrade. Bringing Didi back's a definite upgrade because he's just a veteran.
Stott's not ready.
And Stott's just not, I'm not ready to, hand it over.
Yeah, he's not ready. He wouldn't play anyway.
No, you got Dombrowski to thank for that. Without that, those 2 guys probably aren't back. You know what I mean? I can't speak 100% on that, but it's just guys know that the guy's a winner, and he's probably a straight shooter, and he found a way to get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you wanted to be a 500 team, could have went to a lot of places and got a lot more money, right? So there had to be some selling on. Hey, it's different. It's gonna be different. We're gonna go make these moves, whatever it is. I agree with you, Greg. 2 arms, however you want to look at it. You know what I mean? I believe in the top 2 guys in this rotation. Now after that, Eflin,
I like Zach.
I like but after that, it's unknowns a little bit.
There's a lot of Lance McCullers talk out there.
But I do feel good because
see what Spencer does in year 2.
We're gonna need Spencer to get better.
Year half.
I will definitely take McCullers though. I know there's a lot of McCullers talk out there, and I will take him. I know he's got some injury history and up and down a little bit, but he's still pretty young. He throws hard. I'll take him.
And you would hope with. Even as constructed now, right? You would hope a longer, more normal of a year, we're able to overcome potentially some of these, bullpen games that in a shortened year you weren't able to overcome, right? You know what I mean? Like if you lost 2-3 in a row in a 60-game season, you felt like we're done. Season's over, right? We can't make this up. You lose 2, 3, 4 in a row in a regular season, you could always bounce back from that. And that's another key factor of it too.
Another thing I'm going to say is the relievers are so fickle. You guys all know. It's like is Hector could come in and Hector was dog shit. But he could come in and have a good year. Like some guys have bounce back years. Now I don't know if he's going to. Now are we going to get anything from Sir Anthony? That's another name out there. Like if we get stuff from Hector and from Sir Anthony,
is he even healthy?
I think he is. Yes, Sir Anthony is healthy.
And pitchers are obviously always the wild card because
especially relief pitchers. Relief pitchers are such a wild card.
Because the stuff, and I mean that in this, I mean that in the way where, because the stuff is always there, you know what I mean? So like with Hector, his control was horseshit, you know what I mean? So if he's able to, if he was able to pound the zone, then that splitter is absolutely devastating, right? But when you're not throwing, when you can't throw anything else for a strike, they just spit on that. They spit on this, the splitter. No pun intended.
Spit on the spitter.
Yep. No, you're 100% right, Sweeps.
Yeah, guys just don't automatically lose how to throw it. They just lose how to command it.
Yeah. And the other thing is like when you talk about a pen that bad, it becomes extremely contagious too. You know what I mean? Like I think there was a point of time that like the first reliever in gave up a run for like I can't even tell you like
every game.
Yeah,
we just couldn't get out. We couldn't get outs. Period.
That becomes contagious. So I think
no one could close. We went through like 4 different guys.
But
Brandon Workman was Garbo.
But it was before all that. Like they didn't come in with any type of like veterans that have proven they can get outs either.
Yeah.
So I mean that was the indictment. It wasn't the indictment like, oh yeah, you had to pay a bullpen. Like it's one thing to like come in and think you addressed it and not pan out. Then there's not addressing it. You know what I mean? That was the biggest. That's the biggest issue on that.
No, you're absolutely right.
True. Very true. I'm excited though. Listen, these 2 additions and I expected them to sign JT. I wasn't sure if we were going to sign Didi. I'm very happy that we did, and I love the 2-year deal out of it. So I'm excited. I mean, they got me excited. I'm ready, getting ready for spring training to start up. I'm hoping we can have a normal baseball season, and I'm getting excited. I think we can hit, like you said, Tommy. Our lineup should do damage if healthy. I mean, I expect Bohm to be a stud. Okay, I think he's going to be a stud hitting wise. At least he's going to be a stud. You throw him in that lineup, I would probably go. I'd probably lead off Didi, Bohm, Harper, Hoskins, Real Muto, I guess.
Or Kutch yourself.
Kutch lead off. Yeah. And then I would go.
The other question is, what do we do in center field? Is it Hazley? If the Rockies are selling, can you go get me Charlie Blackmon?
He plays right now. He plays
Does he play right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, he did for them. So.
Well, I would think the spacious caverns of Coors Field are a little bit more bigger than CBP. So
Yeah,
maybe give us a year CBP.
Yeah, I'm not saying they put him in right. I was
in theory, center field's the only other kind of what's happening, right? Is it the Hazley? Is it a Hazley Quinn, rotation again? That's the next, kind of unknown on this team, right?
Yeah, we're gonna need somebody to step up out there, really.
And no, I'm not turning the show.
And is Segura? Are they gonna? What's gonna happen? Is Segura gonna play? Are they gonna trade Segura? I don't know. That's up in the air too. I feel like.
And this dude's are like $10 million, and then you got, and you talk about this guy too.
Yeah,
Colin, likely.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like Moniak.
A lot of people still say that he's a good player and all, but he can't crack. He hasn't been able to crack the big. So, I mean, likely a bust. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out this year. So it looks like center field is just going to be kind of just by committee.
Yeah, win the job. I mean, hey, Mickey, you want a shot? Go win the job. I don't think he's going to, but.
I mean,
because even the names that are still out there that don't necessarily move the needle, like Jackie Bradley Jr. The only one that does would be Ozuna, but he doesn't play center field.
First off, I love Jackie Bradley Jr. I'd bring him in a heartbeat.
But he doesn't hit.
Plays phenomenal center field. Greg.
I agree.
And he's always hitting the playoffs. So he's a clutch guy to me. But I agree, he's not a very good hitter. But he's always hitting the playoffs and he plays phenomenal center field. I'll bring that guy in. Yeah, and he won't be expensive.
Yeah, he can hit 8. He can hit 8 for you. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, could you pull Ozuna off and have Kutch and Harp almost like
split center?
Yeah.
I mean, Kutch and Harp can definitely play center. You don't want them to because it's just more strain on them, but they could.
I mean, they're talking about Ozuna so bad in the outfield that he's just like
he's garbage, right? Absolute garbage. Yeah,
that he's just the DH now. So I mean, and obviously, I guess they haven't voted on it officially. So I mean, that would. Obviously, if they've kept it the same, then of course, that's a huge bet. He took monster step last year offensively back to his old self. So
just had to get away from that St. Louis dredge of society over there in the Cardinals. Arenado just came in. He's going to have a shit year now. No offense.
I'm taking.
Philly insider. I hope so. I mean, I hope Hazley breaks out.
I would love it. I don't want to miss on the number 7 overall pick.
Like, can we one time have a guy break out for us? Like, a guy that you thought, oh, maybe. Like, you see it all around the league. Guys have breakout years. We're just asking for one this year out of a center fielder. We don't even care who it is. Roman Quinn, Hazley, Moniak, we don't give a fuck. One of you break out, have a solid, hit 270. Where's Victorino? Where can we find a Shane somewhere? We need a breakout. That's what's like. That's the one thing that's maybe missing offensively is we need a guy to break out. We got 3 young guys. Somebody break out.
Could use a re-breakout of Mr. Hoskins too.
Reese will be fine, dude. Reese will be absolutely fine. Reese was crushing before he got hurt.
Here comes Dad. Jeez.
Reese will be fine. I was 100% right last year. I said he'll be fine. You guys are, we got to get rid of him. Reese will be fine. Reese will hit 30. If healthy.
I hope he hit 30.
Well, we need him to be healthy.
Mark, I mean, he better hit 30 in this ballpark.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
There's probably only going to be 2 guys on the team that do. I don't know if Boom's there yet, but Boom should hit over 20, 25 maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
I think Boom's going to be a great hitter, though. I think he's going
Harper better. Realmuto better be damn close to 30.
In a full year.
I don't. Has he ever, though? I don't think JT's ever hit 30.
He played in Miami and fucking Park.
True.
Huge. He's fucking,
I'd be pretty happy with over 25 out of him, but yeah, I would love him to hit 30.
I'm just saying that if they were the baseball juiced up, I better have 2 of these fucking guys hit over 30.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, you're a year and a half in, because of the season last year, you know what I mean? But there's going to be a certain time that, that your boy has to be a carrier. You understand? That's just the bottom line. So you're going to need to see a 45 to a 50 burger and 130. And I understand he walks. Walks are great. That's great. But you're gonna need that. You know what I mean? Yep. You're just that's just facts. You know what I mean? I'm not taking a shot at him. That's what you're going to need. You know what I mean?
We need an MVP type season out.
Yep, you're going to need it.
We need an MVP. I'm not going to put numbers out here, but we need an MVP type season. We need him to hit 290 or 285, get on base, which he's going to do. You know that. And we need him to drive the ball to the ballpark and drive in runs. He needs to have 35 and 125.
You say you're not going to put numbers on it. You gave his whole batting average.
I know. Well, but to me, I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to hit 340 like he did the MVP year because that's crazy. I don't see that happening. But he can hit 300 or 290. I'd love that.
Oh, listen, when the guy's hot, he's an issue.
I mean, he hit 340 for a season, I'm pretty sure, which is crazy. I don't think that's going to happen again.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't care if you hit 250 and you get 48 and 130.
That's what Rhino used to do. Yeah, I mean that's what Rhino used to do.
Lose 30, the fucking baseball.
35, yeah,
230, but he hit 70.
35 and 1, yeah, but when Howard was awesome, he hit 290.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
His MVP year, yeah.
I think he might hit over 300 that year. He was so hot down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, his big 2 years, he was a 290, 300 guy.
Yep.
But that
because you just didn't get him out in September.
I'm a 275 piecer. I'm fine with 275 and fucking lose the fuck out of the baseball. And
driving runs, good at bats, good hit well with runners in scoring position, which he has done since being here. But just put it all together and have an MVP type season. That's what we're gonna need from you, Bryce, and JT to play well, and Reese to play well and be healthy. Let's go. Because obviously we don't know how well we're going to pitch. I mean, it's still up in the air how well we're going to pitch. I think, like you said, Tom, I'm locked in on our top 2 guys going to have good years in Wheeler and Nola, and I like Eflin. I think Howard has promise, but to me, the rest of the staff's kind of up in the air, and the bullpen is very up in the air. So we're going to have to hit.
Yep. Uh-oh,
I don't know that. Boom doesn't have that kind of power yet. I would say in a couple of years, Don, though, I agree with you. He's got that upside. I'd love to see him hit 25 plus this year. I think he's just a walking hitter. He's just a guy that's going to hit. He's going to hit 300.
I owe him $10 million.
Oh, Tom's son's going to come back?
That ain't no son, bro.
Oh, I mean, he was a son.
Okay, well, I don't support bullshit either. So
I agree. No, I agree.
But I will say this. I said it on Friday. I mean,
if he wins the job, you bring him back into the family?
Well, I'm just saying, don't be surprised.
Give him the basement apartment?
You think big business is they think because it went away and nobody's talked about it for 2 years that it doesn't matter now. Nobody's going to remember, and they owe him $10 million or something like that. Yeah. Like, to me, I think they probably feel like, oh, it's not going to be a PR problem now. You know, it's been a minute that they can sneak that under us. Like, this is, I mean, listen, I don't give a fuck. Just somebody win center field. Don't give a shit who it is. Honestly, I'd rather.
We need someone to play well.
I would hope it would be Mickey Moniak if you had to ask me who I really wanted to be, or Hazley, like one of them two. You know, I mean, I love Roman Quinn, but
really high picks. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Roman to be a guy who plays twice a week and comes in defensive situations. I don't want Roman having to start. You know what I mean?
Steal a bag when we need you to.
But like,
as long as he doesn't dive for a ball that's 50 feet from him.
Yeah, you got four guys essentially.
Just missed it.
He can't.
He's the worst good outfielder I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. That's what speed kills, right? You know what I mean? You can make up for shit. Can't make up for diving for a ball 45 feet in front of you, though. He doesn't make up for that one. But no, I mean, there's four center fielders that are going to compete for that spot. So let the best man win. I like competition. There are four guys who, you know, one shown he can lose a couple baseballs before. Hazley's shown, in terms of Herrera, shown he can lose baseball. Hazley's shown bright spots. We know what Roman is at this point. And the question mark is Mickey Moniak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because none of them other three doesn't look like, you know, I mean, maybe Hazley, but the other two, like, they're not going to be stars.
Yeah.
So,
they're not grabbing the position by the horns. That's for
sure.
Yeah.
So the only guy there's only two guys that can really come grab by the horn. And that's fucking Hazley, and you hope Moniak. You know what I mean?
You would hope one of them does. Yeah.
I can't make a point for a guy. I can't, like, you know. I mean, the one guy is a talented player. He just, you know, we've been down that act.
I mean, we've been waiting on Moniak for a while now. He's not that young anymore, right? 25.
But I'll take any one of these guys, dude, because they should be like 7-8 hole guys. So I mean.
Oh, I agree, Tom. That's where they're going to hit. But just when one of them break out, one of them have a good year.
Or hell, even I don't have any faith in them, but hell, even Scotty Jetpack. Go win a job. Go play center field. Go win it.
I still think Kingery can be a decent player. He was terrible though last year, so we'll see. I'm hoping that maybe it was the COVID early on, it hurt him, but he was terrible. So we'll see. I mean, he might play. I don't know what's going to happen with them. Like, I think that Segura could be here or he could be moved. I don't know. I think there still could be some moves happening here for the Phillies.
Yeah, I think Segura is your second baseman as of right now. And I think he stays.
Currently.
I think he stays. But I'm saying, yeah, obviously right now, but I think he stays. I think they're going to roll with what they have now, with the exception of maybe, you know, adding an arm or two and, you know, obviously kicking the tires on, you know, anybody else in the outfield. I wish Kutch was a year or two younger because then we could throw him in center.
I do agree that they're going to probably add at least one more arm. I'd like them to add two more. I want a starter. I don't know if I know the McCullers name is out there available for trade, but I just want a starter, a guy that you think can come in and win 12 games. Because right now, I think maybe we only have 3 guys on the team that can do that.
Yeah. John, I would love Benintendi. Don't get me all excited.
Yeah. I don't know. Underachiever. I'm not a big Andrew Benintendi guy. But a guy has underperformed and still young. I mean, so he could come in and win the center field job, probably.
Yeah, you also look at, you know, potential change of scenery too. You know what I mean? Get out of somewhere where you potentially did, and you know, after you started hot, you know, you did kind of go downhill. Change of scenery, saying, all right, let me restart. Let me get back to what I was. Because early on in his career, he was a hell of a hitter.
Yeah, well, listen, it's tough to be, I mean, no excuses. I mean, but, it's tough to be a young left fielder in Boston. You know what I mean? You get compared to Yaz and Manny and stuff like that. So, no excuses. I'm just saying, when you come out of the chute like that, you know what I mean? It's tough to sustain that. You know what I mean? And I haven't looked at his numbers. So, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean?
For a while, he was batting between Betts and Devers. You see pitches. Now, last year he won and didn't go well. He was way down the lineup last year, like 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Poe's all in on the Scotty Jetpack train.
I was on that last year. Poe didn't go well. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying, Cove. I'm hoping that maybe that has a part to do with it.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman won the MVP. Freddie Freeman won the MVP, so there goes you.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman and Scott Kingery, big difference there. But I hear you.
Depends who you ask in Philly.
I love me some fucking Freddie Freeman.
I'm sure there's some Philly fans that would take Scotty Jetpack over Freddie Freeman.
I think I said Ryan Shackelford. I missed the. I think he said he asked who he thought was going to win the NL East. To me, the Braves are the favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. If the Mets,
but then after that, it's kind of muddled. I feel like it's almost every team could say that they could be second. Like you can make an argument the Phillies can be second, make an argument the Mets can be second, make an argument that the Marlins can be second. It's crazy. Nationals.
Yeah. It depends what happens with Bauer. I mean, obviously they get Bauer, the Mets pole vaulted. You know what I mean? But still, their lineup still doesn't scare you.
I don't trust the Mets. Two of them don't hurt.
They don't scare you, but lineup wise. But you get those two guys in a playoff series, not fun.
Yeah, no, I agree, Sleeps. I just hope that maybe they'll just all get hurt again. Typical Mets fashion.
Yeah, I mean, Lindor helps the hitting process.
I love Francisco Lindor. I'm not happy about that. But
I forgot.
Yikes! Well, you're in Arenado wrong. I don't blame you. I mean, you're in Arenado wrong. It's like you're just like, you know what I mean?
I need a Scooby snack. That's my
Carlos Carrasco as well, I believe.
Yeah.
They get Carrasco too.
Yeah, good player. Former Philly.
They're better than us.
But this puts us back in the conversation, though.
For 2 years.
No, I know, but we're Greg. You're 100% right. We're talking about the fucking seller forever without bringing back JT and Didi.
Absolutely.
Act like that. They're not really legitimate moves.
Oh, they had to happen.
Yeah. Well, you can't sign Bryce Harper the way you signed him to and not do this shit. This is what I continue to yell and scream. Like, you did it. You did it. Go over a luxury tax by $2 fucking trillion for all I care. I mean, go pay to win. Pay to win. Pay to play, as they say. Okay, go pay to play.
Absolutely.
Simple. And I think Dombrowski being here really put the fucking pressure on because he wanted to keep somewhere where they're going to be 500. He's got no time.
Right. Absolutely.
To that point, Middleton, I think only the Blue Jays has spent more money than the Phillies in the offseason. So Middleton now, obviously with Dombrowski leading that charge, as you stated, Tommy, Middleton's starting to shell out that money again. So,
what are the Padres on the hook for? I mean, they're not.
Well, Snell isn't a whole lot of money.
Just Darvish was the big.
I think Darvish was just a big contract, yeah.
Darvish has a monster contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but giving out 115 to JT, 5 to Archie Bradley. I think the sum of the parts, the Phillies are the second or third highest spending team since obviously this offseason in a year when obviously no one else is spending money.
Yeah, I don't think they're trading Wheeler, Steve. I think that'd be going in.
They're definitely not trading Zach Wheeler. That was whoever made that up. That was made up.
Yeah, that was made through a little run of things that were made up. But no, I mean, I think, like I said, I don't think JT and Didi and all this are coming back either as players. They're not thinking that this organization isn't trying to win.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
The one thing we haven't talked about, obviously, because we haven't talked a ton of baseball, but that and he didn't do a great job last year. But I still really like Joe Girardi. You know what I mean? And through all this, I mean, I feel like his name just isn't mentioned when we talk Phillies anymore.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not going to kill him for that because it's a weird year and we couldn't get anybody out in the bullpen. Really tough to deal with that. But so I'm not going to kill him for it. But yeah, tough year. You would hope that we would make the playoffs, especially with the added fucking playoff teams. You would hope we'd make the playoffs. But I love Joe. Moving forward, I like the way we're heading. It's really the back end of the bullpen and finding another starter for me. I like our offense. I like our front end of our rotation. It's can we get something from Spencer Howard? Can we get another starter? And how's our bullpen going to shape up? Can someone be a closer for us? Someone needs to come in and nail down the knife. Now I guess they're going to look Archie Bradley. I hope Arch can pull it off. I like Archie. He's got good stuff. He's got an injury history and he's had a couple up and down years. So, but I like him.
No, I like Archie too. I mean, listen, you don't got to.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. Yeah, I like a lot of guys right now that are relief pitchers. Okay.
Well, like I said, with 2 weeks to go, you would assume that obviously, their biggest thing was getting JT and Didi back in the fold. You know what I mean? So now you check those two off, and now you go, now you go to address the pitching. You know what I mean? With 2 weeks before pitchers and catchers, and you see if you can pull something off because the list of guys out there, besides Bauer, aren't very very good anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're going to do to you.
Do everything else is trade. Yeah,
it's all trade. Trade speculation.
You mentioned McCullers earlier, so so we'll see. There's what kind of pieces you can put together or.
Yeah, right now, Tom, Blue Jays have spent more because of the Springer deal. Phillies have spent $152.5. Obviously, though, whoever signs Bauer jumps to the top of the list.
Blue Jays signed somebody else too, didn't they? Who else did they just sign? Marcus Semien. That's who it was.
Marcus Semien.
Good player.
To play second base, too. Yeah, I guess that means Kevin Biggio's going to the outfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
They got a hell of a lineup.
Yeah, not a bad team.
Yeah.
And then you had two vets, Springer and
Semien. A young
lineup.
Yep.
Very good.
I like Lourdes. It's all about is Vlad Jr. going to take that step? Is he going to lay off the
now that he's at first base
and get to work? Because he's been a fat turd for a year and a half now. Is he going to lay off the Twinkies and get to work? Because he's got a ton of talent. Yep. I don't think he's lived up to it yet.
He looks good.
I was going to say I think they said he was in pretty good shape. For him.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Nice.
Pretty good. Like he looks really good. Like really good. Like looks like he dropped at least like 30 fucking pounds, 40 pounds.
That's big.
Move back to third base good or stay at first?
No, like move back to me, like just by what his body was and now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he was how good of a third baseman he was anyway, but I think he can move back to third. I think he can play both. I mean, he looked thin. He looked lean. Looked like he was in shape. So I mean, that can change obviously.
Well, that's big. If you're a Toronto Blue Jay fan, and if you are, go fuck yourself. That's for Joe Carter. And but if you are, I mean, that's big news for you. That's what you want to hear. That's just strictly from Joe Carter hate. Sorry, nothing else.
You guys want to do Crumb in a day?
Yep. Crumb of the week I got over here.
Crumb of the week, sorry. Used the same day.
Yeah. Not going to kill you.
Who do you got?
I'll go first. This might not sit well with some people, and I don't give a fuck. Mine is anyone that's under the age of 40 years old who does not have that's not a frontline worker, by the way. All frontline workers are out of this. But anyone that's not a frontline worker, right, and it doesn't have a serious mental issue or medical issue, where COVID could really could kill them, and that's under 40 years old and has gotten the fucking vaccine already. Because I don't understand what we're doing. This should be for the old people. Why are old people waiting in lists still? And I'm seeing all these guys on social media and all these girls on social media that are in their 20s. Like, got my first shot. What the fuck is going on here? Am I the only one that's like appalled by this? Aren't you embarrassed that you're getting them over guys that are old women and old men that are in their 70s and 80s and late 60s? Aren't you embarrassed that you're going and getting one when you don't fucking need it right now? Like, to me, I'd be embarrassed. That's embarrassing to me. I don't get it. And I love the look at me, I got my shot. Look at me. I fucking hate it, and I hate you. Sorry.
The hand wave is the hand wave did.
Look at me on social. I got it. I got it.
Listen, you said
I
nothing
fucking
wrong.
hate you.
Nothing wrong. And I hate agreeing with you, but nothing wrong was said there. All facts.
Why are old people still in line, waiting in lines for shit? Like, not in actual lines, but
My
like,
parents get one.
Yeah, exactly. They're waiting in internet lines. Why are they waiting in internet lines?
But I'm watching all these 20-year-olds get them.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
What?
That's mind blowing to me. To me, and then no one's talking about it. It's mind blowing to me.
Yeah, my 93-year-old grandma just got it yesterday, and they weren't sure it was 50-50 whether they're going to let her get it. 93.
Joke. Yeah, I've seen 20-year-olds and early 30-year-olds all week long on social. Got my shot. Got it.
It's the new I voted photo.
I fucking hate it, Greg. I hate it.
It's the worst.
I hate it.
Yeah,
This is not a personal shot on anyone because I know there's some people that I've seen online that got it. But I'm just saying, I don't like it. To me, aren't you embarrassed?
No, I think it's a bad look. It's a bad
look. It's a bad look.
I don't care what anybody says. You can hate me for whatever you think I'm saying. I think it's a terrible look when you got people out there, right? And it's not about a me situation or an I situation or any of that. It's about anybody that's older that has been trying to get it, which I know plenty of people that can't get it while younger people are running around getting it and posting selfies about it. To me, it's a bad look. It's a bad look on this country. It's a bad look on how this thing has been handled from day one. First regime, the second regime, the whatever freaking regimes you want to talk about, everything's been handled piss poor because this is what the government does. They handle everything piss poor, no matter who's in charge. So a newsflash for people there, all right? So Rock House people 5 months ago, how's that house now? Because the same bullshit, and maybe even worse. There's reports that they lost 20 million vaccines. They lost. Do you hear me? Lost. Fucking lost. What? You don't got a tracking number? We got tracking number. And I got a tracking number. Like, are we
went through UPS?
Are we okay? And yes, I would listen. If I got one, I would feel like uncomfortable saying I got one.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody.
Like, I'm a smoker. I'm a smoker. I could essentially in Jersey. I'm considered high risk then. But no, dude, my parents, older people are more important than me. Everybody's in a me world, an I world. What about the person next to you? And this is where we've gone fucking shit as a shithole of a country. And this is part of my crumb too, because we've gone in a shithole of a country, okay, where we only care about me and I, and that's it. We don't care about our.
What happened to love your neighbor?
You know, it's been yes. You know, it's been lost since the days we fucked her up, and I don't want to be like, well, we walked to school with no shoes on. No, we wore
shoes. Goddamn it,
we got.
I did not wear shoes, but go ahead.
Only in the summertime.
20, 30 years ago, maybe, I don't even know, maybe even 10 years ago,
yeah,
we would care more about the person that really needs it getting it before ourselves getting it. And that's the selfishness that's going on here. And it's been the definition of 2020. Because 2020 has been the most selfish year ever imaginable, right? Like it has. It's just factual. You see true colors come out when things go on, right? Either from selfishness and politic-wise, selfishness about whatever, anything. It's been the me year. Me. My feelings. What about so all these older people? Like I get, dude, first responders, everybody there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. They should also all have gotten it already.
Okay, if you're 23, but what about our elderly? I thought it was about protecting them from the beginning of this. Yeah. I thought that's what the whole thing.
Haven't you been screaming from the hilltops? Stay in your house because the elderly might die. Well, why are we getting back? Why are we stealing vaccines from them? That's what I want to know. I just don't get it.
And you hear what happened like Central Jersey? Central Jersey, they were giving straight face. They were giving it to fucking donors, family members. What? You just slapped everybody in the face and, well, you know what? Connections matter. Boom. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what I say. And I don't feel bad even saying it. Because you can message me back today and say, I can come get one. And I was like, oh, you're good. A couple other people go in front of me.
Yeah. Why don't you call my grandma? Let her get one. You know, like I don't need to get one. I'm all right. I'll be good. Everyone that's under 40 and to me, if you're under 40 and you've already gotten it and you're not a front helpline worker and you're not immunocompromised or any of that, then you're just a fucking asshole. Plain and simple. You're selfish asshole.
Real talk. So, Crumbs, guys?
Yeah. Of course. Alex Rodriguez, which he could, once again, he's another guy that could always be on here. You know what I mean? But
he probably already got it.
But yeah, he probably got it. But just he was on the Michael K show earlier in the week, and talking about Hank Aaron, the death of Hank Aaron, just comparing himself to Hank Aaron, achievements, desire, skill level, and it was like, Michael K is such a homer. He don't have the balls to say to him, like, you two are nothing alike. Nothing alike, you fucking fraud piece of shit. All right, why don't you whiten your teeth a little more? You understand? All right, you're an embarrassment. I don't care about how good you were at 18 and how skilled you were. You understand? You got popped twice for it. You're a fucking phony baloney. Don't ever mention yourself with a fucking legend like Hank Aaron. Ever.
Real talk.
Wow, those are two tough. Those are two tough ones to follow
There
up
it is.
with. Yeah, absolutely. Could agree 1,000% on both of them. I'm going to go to the Eagles fans that are already killing Sirianni over a press conference. You know what I mean? We had Chip Kelly who blew you away. We had Gabe Kapler who could talk his way out of a paper bag. Blow you away in pressers using big words. And so what? Nick Sirianni stumbled over a couple words and stumbled over his note cards, right? First head coaching job, first probably true, press conference media session that he's really done. Give the guy a break, right? I mean, like I said earlier in the show, when someone asked him an actual football question, he locked in. And that's what I'll buy into, right? Because that's what he's here to do. He's not here to wow you at a press conference. He's not here to blow any of our quarterbacks, whoever you might want it to be. He's here to win football games, right? So I'll take a guy after being a guy who was sold on Chip Kelly because of the pressers and was willing to give Gabe Kapler an opportunity because of the pressers. I'm going to step back and give Sirianni a chance to actually coach this team, coach this organization, and if you're killing them, you're an absolute crumb.
I like it, Greg.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would crush him right now.
I mean, there was a lot of crushing going on after that press conference. There was. I saw it. And again, Greg, like, it's just typically they're just crushing because they maybe wasn't the sexy hire, and then it wasn't a great press conference for him. But again, who cares? What does that matter?
Yeah, same thing. Go ahead, bro.
Guys, please.
No, I was just going to say, same thing happened with Doug, you know what I mean? So, love him or hate him, you know what I mean? You wind up winning the Super Bowl, was all said and done.
Told me that. I'm taking it back now.
I mean, his opening one was like,
Yeah. Have you seen my baseball? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a tomato can. Yeah, he was a tomato can earlier, that first one too.
No, and you're absolutely right. And most of these guys probably talking bad of him, but never taken a public speaking course, had probably never been in front of a group of people trying to talk to them and understand sometimes there is a little bit of nerves, the reality of how many times you've done it.
Listen, there is. I don't care how a guy speaks to the media. I care how he speaks to his football team. I think most of the frustration from that presser come from how we feel about up top, not as much about Nick. And it's unfair to him. Get it? Nobody should be making fun of the guy if he stutters. Who gives a rat's ass? Okay, I mean, I thought we were worried about how guys drew up plays. All right, so I don't know why we give a fuck about that. But no, at the end of the day, I think that's where a lot of the people that are getting upset about things, it's more them deflecting to him because we don't trust up top. But
sure,
none of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll give you that.
None of that means he can't coach. None of it. I mean,
and hopefully he can really coach. Hopefully.
Yeah, Jeffrey Lurie.
We need it.
Decent. And like hiring coaches, he hasn't been atrocious at it. So I'll take that.
Yeah, like you said, hopefully he's not a puppet. Who cares about your press conference? Just hopefully he's not a puppet. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hopefully he's not a puppet, and let's get to work because we weren't very good this year, so we got to turn some shit around.
Yep.
For sure. All right, fam. Thanks for listening. We also like to thank our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web. Specialized Physical Therapy.com, as well as Body Check Wellness. All right, Body Check Wellness. Use promo code A2D for 20% off. It's bodycheckwellness.com. Use promo code A2D, 20% off your order at checkout. All right, and then we also know many of our families out there deal with mental health and addiction issues. We are happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need any help, please call 856-651-8117. For Tom Arnone, Nick DelGozzo, Greg Milakovic, Brian Wilson, the family out there, join us. We love you. Go Flyers. Go Sixers tonight.
Yep.
Go college hoops on.
Go Rumble.
Go get your shovel ready for tomorrow.
Go Rumble for you Rumblers.
Not Greg. Go fuck yourself.
Rumble for you Rumble guys. Enjoy your Rumble.
Hit your Rumble picks, all you Rumblers.
Oh shit! I gotta get some Fireball.
Snowed in. You better have some liquor.
Hey, great work, boys. Like I said, we thoughts and prayers to John Coyle and all those businesses, and we'll continue to pray for you, man.
Absolutely. And if you can, if you can donate, then jump on board. And if you can't, then a little retweet will help.
Yeah. If you can donate anything, like we said, you can. You can find the link. The link's everywhere. It's on our social medias. You can find the link to the GoFundMe and help out any way you can. And like you said, you can just go to my Twitter and just freaking retweet it. If you don't have any money to donate, and that works too. Maybe Stool Presidente will give a retweet because
Lena, we love you too. Hang on for a couple days. Keep him in the oven for a little bit.
What's up, Len?
Hang on, because Tom don't have a snowmobile.
See how this is about to go. And
hang on.
Wow, like this is going
12 hours from now. You can count it down.
Hang on, Alla. We're coming in for a landing.
When's the heaviest snow? All right, 8 p.m. tomorrow. That's when we're going to time this out too.
Paging Dr. Tommy. He's got gloves in the house. He's been great during this whole time. So I know you got some surgical gloves in that house.
I got to show out how great of a driver I am.
Elbow up, elbow deep.
Nope. Hopefully the roads aren't terrible. Or we're driving Thursday.
That's great. That's it. Obviously, if it happens, this week, buddy, we wish you luck. And
the final stretch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Down the stretch they come.
That's it. Secretary, turning for home.
Ready for him to turn. You know what I mean? He wants to turn right now before more snow continues to come down. It'd be great. Great time. But I'm feeling there's
what is the official due date, Tommy? 21st? Is that what it was? 20? February 7th. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So it's fast approaching. Hey, tell you what, Stevie Mick is due the 4th, and I'll tell him the same thing I told you. Hopefully it's on the 4th. That's a good day. The day that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Shoot for the 4th. That's a good day.
What day is that? Thursday?
Thursday the 4th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if she's not, if he doesn't come by then, going to be induced on Thursday either way. So.
Oh, so hey-oh, Super Bowl.
Maybe.
Maybe.
This one's for Nick Foles.
Maybe he's coming out slinging.
I've got her arm.
Bazinga.
All right. Thank you all for listening.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks, Luke.
We out.
Thanks.